The following is a presentation of Radio Plus Sports and Jeff's live streams.
4th down and 10 for the Spartans. Here comes the blitz off of the corner, and they get there, and it's going to be turned over on downs.
Radio Plus Sports, a Wisconsin Broadcasters Association first place winner for best digital production in the state.
Delmacher rolling out to the left, flips the hips over the middle. He's got him! Brody Highland to the end zone! His second touchdown of the day!
In-depth interviews with coaches and players, sideline reports, expert analysis, and top-notch production.
Takes a snap, get to Schomburg. Schomburg, hole, right side! Sideline, touchdown!
Radio Plus Sports, a Wisconsin Broadcasters Association multiple-year first-place winner for best play-by-play in the state.
Armson back with a lone back, a man in motion, that's number 5, fakes the handoff, spins around, he's back in the packet, throws deep, he's got a man up top, and he catches it! He's still on his feet, number 18 going, the 10, the 5, touchdown Oaks!
Our sponsors include
Hoekstra's Greenhouse, Katie's Log Cabin, Generations Lanes, and Angling Only, PT Tire and Service,
Pino Construction, Verhaeg's Furniture, Schaefer Auto,
AirTech, Coal Oil and Propane, Witt Services, Pioneer Keg,
Lidkey Lumber, Hoffs of Brownsville, Municipal Well and Pump,
All Face Heating Cooling Geo, Back in Action, Brock Fleischer, Homestead Realty,
Ergo Bank Lomira, Maxwell Plumbing, Metalcraft of Mayville,
Michaels Corporation, Quest Interiors, Schroffnagel Implement, Skyline Roofing,
Surefire Heating and Cooling, Westfall Printing and Graphics, Bristol Morgan Bank, Marshview Veterinary Clinic, Leroy Meats, Mayville Savings Bank, Bernard Plumbing, Keller Buildings.
Let's go live to the Radio Plus Sports broadcast booth with Jeff's live stream, providing game day coverage.
Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Ray Dunn as the Cards take on the Lions in the battle for the Milk Jug. Justin Schwartzman alongside Jordan King once again coming back at you from Ray Dunn. Jordan, another great game on a Friday night in the Flyway Conference.
It's always a big one when it's the battle for the Milk Jug, and it's bigger tonight, obviously, with the conference implications on the line. You would argue last year's matchup between these two was even bigger because, obviously, Mayville upset them and had a share of it. Lomira has no chance to win a share of the Flyway Conference title, but they can help WLA out tonight if they're able to get their rivalry upset against the Cards. And I'll tell you what, there's some big playoff implications here tonight as well. So conference implications, playoff implications, cross-town rivals, or, just down the street. And it should be a good one here tonight.
Always a fun game between these two teams. Last year came down. Once again, to the final play of the game, it was a stop on 4th down for Mayville that got them the victory. But Mayville coming into this undefeated at 8-0. Same kind of way Lomira came into that game last year, needing the win to get the outright conference title. Lomira, they're coming here in Mayville, want to hope. Obviously, they lost the Milk Jug last year. They want that baby back, and they want to shatter the hopes of winning an outright conference championship for Mayville.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and that's enough motivation for Lomira. These rivalry games, it doesn't matter that a win for Lomira doesn't win them a conference championship. The disappointment of taking it away from their bitter rivals in Mayville, that would be enough for Lomira. And as you mentioned, if they get to run across the sideline and steal that Milk Jug back, that's plenty for Lomira if they're able to get it done tonight. And they have a plenty good enough team to be able to get it done, too.
Senior night here in Mayville, last night of the season before the playoffs start next week. We're going to step aside. We'll run a couple of ads. We'll talk about the Lomira Lions after this on Radio Plus, Video Sports, and Jeff's live streams.
Precision engineering. Rigorous attention to detail. A Bryant Evolution heating system is so well designed, it's as much of a joy to install as it is to use.
Good to go.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
AirTech Heating, doing whatever it takes.
Angling Only Guide Service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time. They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
Dedication, training, giving 100%. Back in Action proudly supports high school athletes on and off the field. From physical and occupational therapy, pre- and post-orthopedic surgery, to work and sports injuries. The staff at Back in Action is trained and dedicated to you and your recovery. Your personal care plan starts with a visit to Back in Action in Fond du Lac, Kewaskum, Mayville, and New Holstein. Back in Action, getting you back in the game. BackinActionRehab.com.
For 50 years and counting, Verhaeg's Furniture has been proudly serving Waupun the best furniture and mattresses at prices you can afford. And we're honored to be voted best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area. Stop in and check out our mattress selections. We have all kinds from traditional spring to memory foam. It is our mission to help get a great night of sleep night after night. Visit us at 806 West Main Street, Waupun, and experience quality, comfort, and service you should trust. Visit our website at www.verhaegsfurniture.com. Verhaeg's Furniture, 50 years strong, quality you trust, and prices you'll love. Verhaeg Furniture.
At Bernhardt Plumbing, true craftsmen are who we are. Providing customer satisfaction is what we do.
For new construction or remodeling projects, we cover the full spectrum of plumbing design, installation, and code compliance. Bernhardt Plumbing does it right down to the smallest detail.
Our experience with Bernhardt Plumbing has been absolutely fabulous. They are reliable, dependable, trustworthy, and professional.
Since 1954, a legacy of service, quality, and customer satisfaction.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes.
Brock Fleischer here with Homestead.
Welcome back here to the pregame show on Radio Plus, Video Sports, and Jeff's live streams. Going to talk about the Lomira Alliance and the conference leaders so far right now. What do you got for us, Jordan?
Yeah, well, it all starts with Keegan Kell, and we talked about this last week. He wasn't able to get going against WLA as he usually does. 730 yards passing this season, and on the ground for Keegan Kell, 425 on the ground, 5.7 per tote. When you talk about total touchdowns combined with rushing and passing, Keegan Kell has 15. That's good for second in the conference behind WLA's Gannon Schwartz. He leads the conference with 6 passing touchdowns. Keegan Kell also leads in passing yards with those 730 yards. And when he's throwing the football, he's going to look to Colton Wagoner, but certainly Hunter Dooley, a couple of his senior targets. But Charlie Cole has emerged as his top target, 258 yards receiving, and he is the third best receiver in the Flyway Conference behind Dimitri Reed from North Fond du Lac and Graham Lemonis of Laconia. And those two teams over the last 5 weeks have thrown the ball more than Lomira has too. So Charlie Cole, a true threat out of the backfield, out wide, and we saw that last week. He had that big catch to set up the Hunter Schomburg touchdown. Speaking of Hunter Schomburg, 696 all-purpose yards, so that includes his ability as a punt returner, but he's also a great threat out of the backfield. Eclipsed the 100-yard mark last week and the only touchdown for Lomira against WLA. And then on the defensive side, we saw Blake Stager and Colton Wagoner have excellent games last week against WLA. Stager has 6 sacks. That's good for first in the Flyway Conference, tied with Blake Heltemes from Campbellsport, and Wagoner is right behind him at 4 sacks. Colton Wagoner, 5th in the Flyway with 81 total tackles. So there you go. I mean, that kind of tells the story for Lomira, some of their players to watch for coming up here tonight.
We talk about this linebacker crew from Lomira defensively every time, and they got a tough task tonight. Mayville's offensive line does a great job getting to the second level. Jordan, what can you see from them tonight that would be great and just overall help them? I mean, we praise Mayville's offensive and defensive lines every week, but this D-line and linebacker crew from Lomira has a tall task tonight.
Yeah, and you're going to have to – I mean, Colton Wagner reads the game so well, so I think he's going to – if there's going to be a linebacker that's going to, be able to handle this, I think it's a guy like Colton Wagner, because you gotta avoid the eye candy, right? And that's what makes the wing T so tough to defend. That's why Mayville runs it so well, because they fake so well out of this wing T offense. You gotta stay disciplined, and the ball fakes are so easy to go for. And that's why you see Promersberger averaging north of 9 yards per carry. You see, 7.1 yards per carry for Landon Baker. This whole offense is just explosive, despite the fact that they don't throw the football hardly at all. I mean, less than 30 passing attempts on the season for Mayville. So, it's this. You bring up a good point. The linebacking crew is going to be that's the key for Lomira. Wagner, Stagger. And then up front, you got to be able to clog those holes because they got some road graders up front for Mayville that can just – I mean, we saw it against Amro a couple of weeks ago. You could drive a Mack truck through some of those holes.
We're going to step aside. We'll run a couple of ads. We'll come back with the interview with Coach Brian Gregory after this on Radio Plus, Video Sports, and Jeff's live streams.
I know that buying and selling a home can be stressful. I'm here to help. Are you ready to sell? I have buyers waiting for a home just like yours. Are you looking to buy? I can sell any home that's on the market, and I'm here to get you pre-approved to purchase, along with finding the best loan and lender for your situation. I'll even go as far as arranging movers. For an easier real estate transaction, give me a call. Rock Fleischer, 920-960-0555.
Coal Oil and Propane is committed to establishing and upholding lasting relationships with our respected customers. We pledge to provide exceptional and reliable service, exceeding your expectations, and are dedicated to continuous improvement, embracing and driving change to better serve you. Whether you need service for residential, commercial, or agricultural, Coal Oil and Propane has you covered. Our goals are simple: great products, competitive pricing, and reliable service. Contact Coal Oil and Propane for all your fuel and lubricant needs. Trust Coal Oil and Propane.
The brand new branch of Ergo Bank in Lomira is now open. See them today at 250 North Main Street. Plus, lock in a limited time 6-month CD at an incredible 4.70% APY with a minimum deposit of just $5,000. But hurry, this offer is only available at the Lomira branch through September 30th. Visit ergobank.com or call 920-392-5005 to learn more. Ergo Bank, better banking by design. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Early withdrawal penalties may apply. New money only.
Welcome back to the pregame show on Radio Plus, Video Sports, and Jeff's live streams. Back here with Coach Brian Gregory of the Lomira Lions. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Yep, thanks as always for having me.
Coach, we'll start last week. A tough loss to Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Obviously, it was 28-7, not the result you guys wanted, but what could you take out of that game that maybe you needed to fix coming to this week, or you saw some good things?
I think early on in the first half, I think we were able to do some good positive things. We were able to move the ball. We were able to sustain some drives. Unfortunately, at key turning points in the games, we had some uncharacteristic mistakes that prevented us from getting in the end zone, prevented us from picking up some big first downs and sustaining some drives. And stuff like that we know that we got to capitalize on if we want to win big games like that, So there were some definite positives and some definite things that we got to continue to clean up moving forward.
Coach, moving on to this week, you're taking on Mayville, obviously a rivalry matchup, end of the season, but always want to ramp things up for the playoffs. Obviously, this game being at the end of the year is such a big thing because it's that playoff environment in week 9 when you have playoffs starting next week.
Yeah, we know this is going to be a good test against a really good football team. We're going to have to come out and play extremely well. We're going to have to come out and execute. We're going to have to sustain drives. We're going to have to keep our offense on the field. And this is a week that we've really just tried to preach that we need to play our best football. I don't think we've seen what we're fully capable of up to this point. We've seen it at times. in some of the bigger games, but we haven't been able to sustain that for long extended periods of time, throughout a 4-quarter game. And what better time than tonight to come out and kind of play our best football.
Obviously, no implications for you guys to be able to win the conference, but play a little spoiler for Mayville. That obviously has to feel really good of that coming into tonight with that on the line, at least.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors that play with it. With the rivalry, all that goes with that. Still with us playing for playoff seeding and all of that, a win would do a lot of good for us in that regard, and then again, just making sure that we're battle tested and ready. Good opportunity to play some good football, build some momentum, and then the regular season on a positive note going into the playoffs.
Coach, obviously, you know what Mayville has. They're going to run the ball, and that's what they do, and they have a great defensive and offensive line. What is a key for you guys, obviously, offensively and defensively tonight to be able to get to victory?
The message last night was just all 11 doing their jobs at a high level. If we have one breakdown, two breakdown, you can see that it affects the play each and every time. They're going to be extremely disciplined, and it's going to cause our offense to do exactly the same. It's going to come down to who executes at a higher level, who has fewer breakdowns, and that's really on the defensive side as well. They're fundamentally sound. They run their system extremely well. They will look for weaknesses, open gaps, stuff like that, and they're going to hit it hard. So it's all 11 doing their job and making sure that you're not the one there that's the weak link or is the breakdown. If all 11 do their jobs, we're able to execute, we're able to sustain drives, good things happen for us.
Coach, obviously in a rivalry matchup, emotions are high, hard for some guys. Sometimes composure gets gets away from you. What is your message for the boys tonight for them to stay in it mentally?
For us, it's just been a us versus us mentality, making sure we don't beat ourselves. We know what Mayville brings to the table. We know what they're going to do. It's just coming out and making sure that we don't beat ourselves. It's the executing, it's the doing your job. It's all the little things that we've been preaching all year that we need to come out and we need to be able to do that at a high level for 4 quarters tonight.
Coach, health of the team all right?
Yeah, we're in a good spot for this time of year. Everybody's healthy, everybody's available. We're at full strength here.
Coach, once again, thank you for joining us. Anything else you'd like to add on the pregame show?
Nope. Thanks for having me today.
Coach, hopefully we see you tonight. Good luck against Lomira. It's been Coach Brian, or against Mayville. Coach Brian Gregory with Justin Schwartzmiller on the Radio Plus Video Sports and Jeff's Live Streams pregame show. We'll be back after this.
Covered. With 5 years of experience, they specialize in everything from roof repairs to full replacements. Their team is dedicated to quality workmanship and customer satisfaction. Plus, they offer free estimates, so you know exactly what to expect. Whether it's a leaky roof or a complete overhaul, Witt Services is the go-to choice for all roofing needs. Don't wait. Reach out today.
We are Hochschild Marketing Greenhouse, and we have been leading a greenhouse here in Fox Lake since 1981. Family owned and operated, we provide beautiful flower baskets and fruit and vegetables to residents of South Central Wisconsin. We know the importance of having a variety of flowers, fruits, and vegetables available to our customers throughout the year. Discover the finest selection of locally grown produce, including sweet corn, tomatoes, and cucumbers, along with a variety of fresh fruits. At Hochschild Marketing Greenhouse, we believe in providing our customers with the freshest and highest quality produce. Come visit us and taste the difference.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner. Grab one of the daily specials or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
Rediscover the hometown lumberyard experience in your own backyard. Hi, this is Dave, third generation of the family-owned and operated Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lomira. I welcome you to experience what the hometown lumberyard has to offer. Better products, better advice, better service. From one O-ring to all the building materials to build a house, we had the products to get the job done. Hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, lawn and garden, automotive, bird, and so much more. Come experience what your hometown lumberyard has to offer. Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lomira, where the tracks cross Main, or online at lidkelumber.com.
All Phase HVAC sales and service is the go-to for heating, cooling, and geothermal needs. Whether it's sweltering summer days or chilly winter nights, they've got the perfect solution. Their team is dedicated to keeping homes comfortable year-round with top-notch installations and reliable repairs. Plus, they offer energy-efficient options that save money while keeping homes cozy. Trust All Phase for all HVAC needs and enjoy a comfortable home no matter the season. Call All Phase HVAC today.
Gather the gang for a meal at Leroy Meats, Horicon, Ripon, and Fox Lake. Perfect tailgating treats include the freshest cuts of beef, chicken, and pork, along with award-winning sausages and cheese. Remember to stop at the Fox Lake location, now bigger and better than ever, to meet your needs. Leroy Meats also provides venison processing. For precise cuts and the tastiest products, hunters know to go to Leroy Meats. Find this week's lunch menu, coupons, and hours at LeroyMeats.com. Nobody beats Leroy Meats.
Welcome back here in the pregame show at Ray Dunn. Jordan, why don't we switch things up? We'll talk about the Cards here, and we know what we're going to get here. Landon Baker is about 84 yards away from 1,000, but leads the conference in rushing yards so far this season.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to talk about all their wide receivers. No, I'm just kidding. They don't throw the ball very often. You mentioned it. Landon Baker. Outside looking in, I've seen a lot of flyway football this year. I'm going to oversimplify things, I think, going into the final week here. In terms of a player of the year type of race, I think you're looking at two names headed into week number 9, and that's Landon Baker and Gannon Schwartz. Baker, 916 yards, you mentioned it. He's closing in on 1,000 yards. Last season we had 3 all-conference, first-team all-conference unanimous picks, and they were all 1,000-yard rushers at the running back position. Sawyer Hardesty for Mayville, Taylor Schaumburg for Lomira, and Jack Renz from Laconia. This year, Baker could be the only one that gets to that 1,000-yard plateau. Schwartz is going to have a chance to do it tonight against North Fond du Lac as well, but Baker has been as good as advertised, 7.1 yards per carry. He's scored 13 touchdowns this year. Joe Promersberger has 10 rushing, 3 return touchdowns, or two return touchdowns and a receiving touchdown. So he's got 13 touchdowns this year. And they go a legitimate 5 deep running the football. You bring in Kevin Keller, Emerson Middlestat. From the quarterback spot can run it, and then Tanner Schneider as well. Schneider, 8.9 yards per carry. Promersberger, 9.1 yards per carry. And then when Keller does get in there, 8.7 yards per carry. So you're talking about 4 different runners all averaging north of 7, and 3 of those guys close to 9 yards per carry. And it's all due to this wing T. Got to give a lot of credit to that big offensive line. Got to give a lot of credit to the way that these guys run ball fakes. And every play is run the same. And that consistency is what makes this offense so great.
When you mention it, the offensive and defensive line, that's the one thing that Hilbert stresses every time we have an interview. We got to win up front. And they always want to be more physical than everybody else. Not many teams you hear every night. You hear the pads popping every play. You hear that from Mayville night in and night out. And obviously, this rivalry matchup, you're going to hear it. Things get a little more heated than they normally do in a lot of games here. Every time, it doesn't matter what sport these guys play in, Jordan.
No, they don't like each other very much, and it's an awesome. This is what high school sports is all about. I've done a lot of rivalry games here this year. I was at that crazy WLA Springs game. That's what makes high school sports so great. It's the same thing for college coming up. You'll see a lot of rivalries tomorrow in the college slate. That's what makes these amateur sports, college really isn't amateur anymore, but these amateur sports so great is when you can get rivalries. A lot of these kids grew up playing rec sports against each other, and so they've seen each other for 16, 17 years in a row here, and they love to hit each other, and that's what it's all about on Friday nights. But you mentioned this offensive line, Owen Stager, Jerry Bromley, some of these names that Tate Drinkwine is a tight end, Owen Bernecki, Colton Carpenter. I mean, these guys have just had a tremendous year. And like I said, the word I use is road graders for all of these guys. Colin Ehlers, 6'5", 265. He's the one that kind of jumps off the page when you look out there onto the field. And it's just there's so much talent in the trenches. And that's really what they've leaned on. And that's why their really only close game in the regular season came against the one team in the flyway that can match up in the trenches, and that was WLA.
You know, every time we talk about this Mayville team, I look back at that WLA game. This is a tight game. And for Mayville, that may not be a team they want to see in the playoffs. And right now, obviously, they control their destiny in winning the conference and also getting a 1 seed after today.
Agreed. Yeah, and according to AndyLavoie.com, and he takes the Ohio Matrix that has been made so popular, the one that the WIAA is going to use a version of. Now, again, this is all unofficial because the WIAA has kind of reserved the right to kind of tweak things if they need to. Mayville is a 1 seed in Section D, so that would be interesting. For obviously, if you get a 1 seed, the 2 seed, according to Andy Lavoie, would be Racine Lutheran. I think that would stack up as being a pretty favorable sectional for Mayville if that happens, but it starts tonight. You got to take care of business. Just for reference, WLA number 11, a 3 seed in Sectional C, and then down in Division 6, St. Mary's Springs, a 3 seed, and Lomira down to a 5 after last week's loss. Now, they could get a little help in the Tier 2 column because they're going to have, obviously, Mayville, one of the best teams in a division above them. They're going to get a lot of points for that coming up here tonight. So it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, we'll find out everything tomorrow morning in the release show, and then we can debate how well or not so well this Matrix did in year 1.
All right, we'll be back after this with the interview with Coach Scott Hilber from Ray Dunn as the Cards take on the Lions in the battle for the Milk Jug.
They're increasing your water bill. Clogged toilets and drains aren't just frustrating, they often indicate bigger problems. Pipe bursts aren't just messy, you need Maxwell Plumbing. These guys are affordable, and they know what they're doing. For plumbing projects and problems, it's Maxwell Plumbing, located in Lomira, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, and Washington counties. Maxwell Plumbing and HTG.com.
At Mayville Savings Bank, we're a bank that is here for you, helping you save money instead of piling on service fees. We still take walk-ins, no appointment necessary. We're a bank where your loan is a local decision, with friendly employees that still answer our phones. A bank that offers online and mobile banking. We're a bank where you're our best interest. Bank at the bank you own. Mayville Savings Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking for a change? A new career that checks all of the boxes? Excellent benefits? A great team culture? And plenty of room to grow? Metalcraft of Mayville is looking for candidates like you to fill openings in Mayville, West Bend, and Beaver Dam. Metalcraft truly believes employees make the difference, offering paid training, top wages, and a regularly sanitized, safe workplace. Apply today at mtlcraft.com.
Metalcraft of Mayville.
PT Tire and Service has been at 301 East Clark Street in Brandon for over 20 years. The owners, Tony and Pam Sauer, are dedicated to their community and their customers. They serve the auto repair, tire, and wheel needs of customers in Brandon and the rest of central Wisconsin. We're on call 24/7 for roadside assistance and on the farm service for customers. For auto repairs, tires, and wheels, come see us in person or request a quote online. PT Tire and Service, you make the call and leave the rest to us. Call 920-346-TIRE.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on Radio Plus Video Sports. Here with Coach Scott Hilber. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Hey, happy to be back. Thank you.
Coach, obviously, final week of the regular season. You guys had a big week a win last week over Laconia, 48-3. Take me through last week.
We expected to get a hard playing Laconia team. That's exactly what we got. I was impressed with their defense earlier in the year, and I thought their kids really came out and brought it to our guys, and it required some adjustment, some patience by us at times. But The guys answered the bell, and I was really proud of them for that. Defensively, they hit a couple of passes on us. A couple of those were them making really good plays, not so much blown coverages or anything. So I got to tip our cap to them for that. But ultimately, the guys they played as hard as they've been. We have a goal every week of being better than we were the week before, and these guys continue to bring it every single week and give their best foot forward, and I really appreciate that.
Coach, sitting at 3 in the Division 5 polls right now, obviously looking at getting a 1 seed for the playoffs. What does that mean for you and your guys, obviously going into this last week?
Well, according to the Matrix, we're actually at number 4, so this is a
Yep.
real critical game for us. And if we don't win the next game, we don't get a 1 seed, and so that's a real motivating factor for us, because being able to play playoff games in front of your home crowd and just in your own community where you're familiar with your environment, and we love playing in front of our fans at Ray Dunn. So getting a 1 seed means an opportunity to play up to 3 games. We win, we stay home, so it's a big deal. It's a big advantage for us, and it means everything.
Coach, final home game for your seniors, at least in the regular season. What is your message to them for this last game?
Well, I mean, you have to understand, what's at stake, which is important, but at the same time, you can't get tight. You got to keep just kind of to play within our system, and let's keep doing things the way we've been doing it, because it's all about the process. And we can't get away from that and start thinking big picture or putting pressure on ourselves. I mean, there's a lot going on. We got to win the conference outright. An opportunity to get the 1 seed, in the playoffs. And quite frankly, it's just a huge rivalry with Mayville and Lomira. And anytime these 2 teams play, they're going to give each other the best. And we got to be focused enough to do that.
Coach, last year this game went down to the final play of the game. Big time rivalry, obviously Lomira Mayville. And we know these kids, every year it's the biggest end of the year game. It's always the last game of the year. It's exciting for you guys. It's exciting for both communities. But what can you guys do tonight to ensure success?
The same thing that has allowed us to have success this year. We have to continue to take care of the football, play great defense. We can't allow big plays. That's the formula to winning right there. But we have to be able to run the ball, and we have to be able to stop the run. And we can't allow them to get any passes over the top on us and get anything quick and easy. So we got to make them grind out. We got to make them earn their points on the board for sure.
So the big rivalry game like this, Coach, obviously, guys, it's a little more tense, a little more, I say this, the nerves are there a little bit more. What is your message to calm them before a game like this?
Oh man, I don't know. I think the kids kind of tend to feed off a coach every once in a while, and what they're bringing to the table. And if you flinch, they'll flinch, and if you're tight, they'll be tight. Myself personally, I've been pretty tight the last couple of weeks. I felt just knowing what's at stake and knowing that we have to protect and defend. For games like this and playoff games and championship caliber games, I love this stuff. This is why we coach. And I woke up in a good mood today, not overconfident by any means, but just excited. Excited for the opportunity to play this game. We know the stands are going to be packed. Everyone's going to be juiced, and it's just fun for the 2 communities of Mayville and Lomira to have this, and we're just excited for it. And I'm planning to enjoy this day and enjoy night, no matter what happens. Just go out and have fun, play as hard as you can.
Coach, health of the team looking good?
It is. We had a little bit of a scare earlier this week with one of our players who had a little freak accident in the weight room on Monday, but he appears to have recovered. And we said that yesterday, and people will say, well, don't jinx it, knock on wood. Well, things don't happen by coincidence. You don't become a good team by coincidence. And health is one of those things that can bite you when you least expect it. And we talked about it yesterday, right at the end of practice, when every single person was padded up in practice yesterday. And I'm like, how blessed are we? We can lose that in a heartbeat, but we should feel real fortunate and have a lot of gratitude for the fact that we are sitting here as healthy as we are at this time of the year. So hopefully that will continue. And the things that I say do not affect that.
Coach, you got anything else you'd like to add?
No, like I always do. Just I want to thank you guys every single week for being there and putting flyway football on the map. So we appreciate it.
It's Coach Scott Hilber here with Justin Schwartzman on the pregame show. We'll be back after these messages on Radio Plus, Video Sports, and Jeff's live streams.
Municipal Well and Pump began over 100 years ago, one community and one relationship at a time. Employee owned, employee accountable, a personal stake in every project. Today, we are the largest well and pump contractor in the region. Our customers know us as honest people who treat them as people. We believe every family deserves clean, abundant water. To us, nothing is more important. We might not always be the lowest priced option, but integrity and dependability can be rare. And in this vital industry, prioritizing a quality experience creates lifetime relationships. Municipal Well and Pump. We care about keeping clients connected to water.
You take steps to keep yourself in top performance. When was the last time you did the same for your home's air system? Annual maintenance from the experts at Surefire helps to extend the life of your system. Proper maintenance can be the difference in years for your home's air system and major savings in energy costs when it's running at its best. Keeping your home's air system at its best will help you stay at your best for what's really important. Trust your home with Surefire. Surefire, keeping what's important comfortable since 1947.
At the Pioneer Keg, great food meets a fun atmosphere. Dive into their full menu featuring award-winning cheese curds and our homemade pizzas that are simply irresistible. Try the famous Brewmaster Challenge, where the food takes center stage. And if it's Friday, get ready for our amazing Friday fish fry. Check out our relaxed atmosphere, hang with friends, where everyone has a good time. Come thirsty, come hungry, and leave happy. The Pioneer Keg, 122 South Milwaukee Street, Theresa, Wisconsin.
Planning a new building, whether it's commercial, ag, or residential, you need a building that will last. You need Pino. Our experienced design build team will make your vision a reality. After all, we've been doing it for over 45 years. To start your next project, go to pinobuildings.com and you'll learn about the Pino difference. Pino, built better for future generations.
Your dream space.
Welcome back to Right On the pregame show here on Radio Plus and Video Sports and Jeff's live stream. Going to tell you the starters for the Lomira Lions, starting with their defense. Hunter Dooley, inside linebacker and senior, will get the start today. Cornerback number 3, Alex Zahn. Outside linebacker number 5, Keegan Kell. Inside linebacker number 11, Colton Wagner, one of the keys for this Lions defense today. Safety number 15, Elijah James.
They will be led by their seniors.
Junior cornerback number 17, Jamie Duran. Junior outside linebacker number 22, Blake Stager. Freshman safety, Hunter Schaumburg. Don't see him get a ton of starts on the defensive side of the football this season. Brock Brightlow will get the start in place of Mason Shelvin on the defensive line tonight. Trent Cholchewski will get the start, as well as Jaden Gibson. Mayville elects to go as a team because it is senior night tonight, and we will sure we get those seniors named as well. Brady Zitlow, Emerson Middlestat, Devin Wendorf, Landon Baker, Colton Carpenter, Jerry Bromley, Owen Stager, Tate Drinkwine, and Owen Bronecki. And what an impact these seniors have had on this Mayville Cardinal team overall, Jordan.
You know, we say that every year, and that's the true mark of not only a healthy program, but a dominant program. And that's what Coach Hilber has built here. And every year we say when I'm talking to people preseason, it's always they say, "What's your pulse on the conference?" And I say, well, regardless of who I know is coming back or whatever else, I'm going to say Mayville's in the conversation. They've earned it over the past 6 years in this Flyway Conference, and really since even before, but especially since Coach Hilber's been back, this has been a team that has earned to go into every season as one of the favorites, if not the prohibitive favorite in the Flyway Conference, and they've showed it again this year. But yeah, I mean, to your point, another great group of seniors, and you look at the juniors behind them, we're going to be saying the same thing week 9 next year.
Mayville won the toss. They elected to defer to the second half. They will kick from right to left or south to north. Milsna will do the duties with the wind at his back. Back to receive for the Lions, Schaumburg and Aiden Campbell. And we are underway in the battle for the milk jug at Ray Dunn. Nice kick from Milsna, going to find its way just outside of the one, about the half-yard line. And we'll see if they make him re-kick, or they'll take it at the 35-yard line, Jordan.
Yeah, that is a 34.5-yard penalty right there, assuming that they take it at the 35, which I would assume they will. You don't want to take a chance that he gets the next one perfect, because that was nearly there. That almost checked up and stayed in bounds. I mean, there's good, great, and bad there. The bad is what happened. The good is that it goes through the corner of the end zone and doesn't allow it a return, comes out to the 20. The great one, which almost happened, was it stays in play, coffin corner there down at the 1-yard line, and then you force a tough return. But good field position here to start for Lomira at the 35.
They will start not so deep in their own territory. In this spread style offense we rarely see in the Flyway Conference. Kell in the shotgun formation. He will fake the handoff, keep it on the read option. Tries to cut it up the middle of the field. He'll pick up a couple. Cards do a great job in pursuit and containing the outside. It's a gain of 3. It'll make it 2nd and 7.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot last week against WLA. You know, number one is you want to get all your athletes out there. You got great athletes out wide, and Alex Zahn and Hunter Dooley and Colton Wagner, and you want to get those guys out on the field. But the other thing about stretching it out and spreading it out is you give, obviously, this young offensive line, it's a little easier to create blocking lanes when you can spread the defense out a little bit.
2 receivers to each side. He calls stagger in motion. And a lot of movement. It'll be false start on the Lions. They'll move him back 5. It'll make it 2nd and 12.
Yeah, Stager flinched but did not jump across, and it's hard to blame the Lomira offensive line when you see Owen Stager, the All-Stater. Looks like he's going to get a head start. It's easy to flinch.
So positive play for the Lions, moves it back 5 and makes it 2nd and 12. And if you're a Lions fan, you don't want to be in this situation at all. You never want to get in a deeper down and distance, especially when it's coming closer to 3rd down.
No, and it's something in the first half against WLA they avoided extremely well. They stayed ahead of the chains. They were able to move the football, just weren't able to capitalize on 4th downs last week.
We also saw this last week with 2 upbacks in with blocking for James and Kell. Kell rolls to the right, slips it to Wagner. Wagner hit immediately by Kevin Keller. Knocked out of bounds. Keller did a great job of containing the outside.
Yeah, that was Keller. Read that extremely well, and then a sure tackle because Colton Wagner is hard to take down. He's got great balance. He's a really good wrestler, a guy that made it all the way to. He was 1 match away from qualifying for state, and in wrestling last year was Colton Wagner. So he's got tremendous balance. He had to be sure tackling, and Keller was there.
That makes it 3rd and about, we'd say 16 on this one from their own 29. What looked like a good start to the drive for the Lions has gone backwards in this Mayville defensive front doing its job once again. Trips to the left-hand side. 1 receiver to the right. Kell. Screen play to Charlie Cole. Tries to cut back up in the middle of the field. He gets wrapped up. And we're going to see a face mask call, and it's probably the right call.
Yeah, it certainly looked like it from up here. Hard to tell in some ways, just a pickup of 1. So that's a tough one there for Mayville. But it did look like he got spun down by his head.
I believe saw Carpenter in on the tackle. I don't know which flag will go.
Yeah, it is personal foul. So
okay.
Yeah, first down.
Automatic first down. Lions would have been close anyways. It would have made it 3rd and 1 because it is. Is it on? Change it down on that one? If it wouldn't have been anyways, but it automatic first down anyways.
Yep. But they do still have the 5-yard variety, which is not a personal foul. So that obviously would have still resulted in a punt. So for Lomira, gift there and able to keep the chains moving and out near midfield now. Got to use it if you're the Lions.
Call Stager in motion. Kell hands it off to James. He's got nowhere to go. Couple cards meet him in the backfield. Weston teeters with good contain on the outside. You saw Baker in there as well as Wendorf. Cards with a great job flocking to the ball.
Yeah, Owen Stager came busting through as well. You mentioned it there with Kellen Schaefer and Weston Teeters. And, I mean, goodness me, these guys. Well, Kellen Schaefer, how many times we say his name against Amro? I mean, just he was all over the place. And that interior penetration killed Amro. And so far, so good for Mayville here against Lomira, too.
Makes it 2nd and 12 again. It's time for their own 38. Cal in the shotgun formation per usual. First time we see Schaumburg in the backfield. Read option, trying to bounce it outside. Tripped up on the outside contain. I believe it was Schaefer in on that one as well. I saw 56. I think we had Brodecki as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's just not a lot of room there with how much penetration the interior of that Mayville defense is getting. It feels like 1 yard was a good play by Keegan Kell there, and it's 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11 from their own 44-yard line, and we talk about this defensive line, and we don't really mention the fact that their linebackers are so great at penetrating holes. The outside contained from their cornerbacks is great from Mayville as well.
Yeah.
And I believe we're going to get Charlie Cole jumping on that far side. It'll be a false start of the Lions.
Yeah, I don't. He got off the line extremely quickly. I wonder if that wasn't a shot play down the left side to Charlie Cole. He was mighty excited, and obviously got a head start. So that's 2 pre-snap penalties now for Lomira, and obviously the 15-yarder for Mayville. But that's kind of that's not a mindless penalty. It is a personal foul, but it's kind of a hustle play. You just get your hand caught in the face mask. Couple of mental ones here for Lomira early.
Rolling to the far side, getting chased down. Kell looking to throw. Popped, and it goes out of bounds. It's knocked around. Almost getting his hands on it was Wagner. Chasing him the whole time was the honorable mention All-State Owen Stagger, and that's got to be terrifying if you're if you're Keegan Kell.
Yeah, I hope he didn't look backwards, because if you do and you see Owen Stagger, holy moly. And there is a flag in the middle of the field, but I think it's a hold. Yeah, so they'll decline that, and it'll be 4th down and 16. So nice job by Mayville there, Justin, to, you give up the face mask penalty, but overall, that was a negative possession for Lomira. They went nothing but negatives there on their 2, quote-unquote, 2 series there between the face masks.
We'll send Schneider and Brommersberger back to receive for the Cards. Very dangerous no matter who was back there.
Schneider and Brommersberger back to receive the...
Yeah, you don't want to kick it to either one of them, so we'll see what Zahn decides to do if he just boots it out of bounds.
Snap goes to Zahn. He gets away a high end-over-end kick. Schneider picks it up at about the 33-yard line. Tries to step up and gets wrapped up immediately.
Great coverage from Colton Wagner. I tell you what, he is. I think that's who that was, yeah.
I think so.
Looked like it, and I tell you what, he is fun to watch play football.
Never comes off the field.
No.
On the field at all times.
And I'm not trying to say, everyone out there plays hard, but it's hard to find someone that runs around with his hair on fire like Colton Wagner.
Lori Hilmer watching from Edgewood, Florida. Good luck to Emerson and the team, as well as, just says, Uncle Brett's watching as well.
Love that.
Andy Staplefeld. Andy, hopefully everything's all right with your Achilles. I know that you had an Achilles injury. They'll hand off to Schneider. He'll get wrapped up by Schaumburg after a gain of a couple. Andy works for us. He tore his Achilles, so hopefully he is all right.
Everyone's doing that nowadays. All the popular kids are doing that.
It is a very popular injury, it seems. 2nd and 8 coming after the 2-yard game from Tanner Schneider.
Yeah, that was a good first down for Lomira. Now you just got to go out there and do it 56 more times in this game. I mean, and it's kind of ridiculous to say, but that's how you got to beat Mayville. It takes so many efforts like that. It's hard to stack those up over the course of 4 quarters.
Handoff goes to Baker up the middle. He powers for it. He'll pick up a couple more. It'll make it 2nd and a little bit more, or 3rd and a little bit more manageable. 3rd and 5 now, and that's what you're going to get from Mayville. They'll get 2 if they're not getting 7-8 yards at a crack. They'll take their 3-4 yards at a crack because you know what? They'll go for it on 4th down because they know that their offensive line's probably going to win.
Yeah, they have very few negative plays over the course of this season, so you're right. You just get 2-3 yards, cloud of dust. You can do that 4 straight times, you're going to get a first down.
Handoff goes to Schneider on the sweep. He's got a lane to the outside. Good play by Duran to contain him and wraps him up. Makes it 4th and 2.
That not only saved a first down, that saved a massive play. That would have ended up at the very least in the red zone. Schneider was one tackle away from busting that thing. And as you mentioned, that was an excellent play out there on the edge by Duran.
See what we would say a heavier package, not a heavy package from the Cards. It's already heavy. It just makes it a little bit heavier. As Brodecki comes in as well now with drink wine.
Still got to be careful with Promersberger.
Pitch goes to Schneider. He's got a hole, cuts it up. He gets tripped up. Had a lane, but good. That was a touchdown-saving tackle by the Lions right there. Huge hole for Tanner Schneider on 4th and 2.
Yeah, I think that was Elijah James. He dove, trying to stop it short of a first down, and in the process just got a shoelace tackle on Tanner Schneider. If these first couple of runs, 3 of them now for Schneider, if they're any indication, he might bust one tonight.
And we've seen that multiple times from him this season, and a couple times in that Omro game. I've seen it in the North Fond du Lac game a couple times. Romersberger in motion. Handoff goes to Baker up the middle. He'll pick up about 4 after the extended push. We'll make it 2nd and 6.
Great patience from Landon Baker. If he's a more inexperienced player, just runs as hard as he can there, he probably picks up 2 yards. He let the blocks develop and picked up about 4.5.
It's 2nd and 6 from the Lomira 44-yard line. Cards out in their wing tee. Middlestat gets his guys ready. Schneider goes in motion. Pitch goes to him. Follows his blocker. Cuts it back up in the middle field. Down the sideline. Stiff arms a man. Wrapped up by Schaumburg at the 17-yard line. What a run from Tanner Schneider.
Again, the word I would use there is patience. Once he let his blocks set up, as soon as the blocks were set up, he goes. And he's got that acceleration that not many have. And a big run. Nice tackle from Schaumburg. But, yeah, these Cards are rolling yet again.
Official dropped his flag out of his pocket. I thought we were going to have that thing coming back there for a second. Gain of 27. Down at about the 7, gain of 26. I think they got him at the 18. Romersberger in motion. Pitch goes to him. Fouls his blocker. Cuts it back. He's got nowhere to go. Stagger throws him down. No, and there's the flag. I was going to say, it looked like there was going to come, and hopefully Joe Promersberger's all right.
Yeah, and correct. That's number one. He's got to be okay. That was very late after the whistle.
I think he gained a couple, if not, maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage. Great penetration from the original front of Lomira. Brightlow and Kolcheski in there, but Stagger throws him down, and it should be, from there, it's half a distance to the goal and an automatic first down, because it should be I would say, a personal foul.
Yep, they called it a personal foul. So, I mean, this should be inside the 10 at about the 8 or 9 yard line, depending on where the flag was at the 18, but they're going to say it was just inside of that. So, half the distance. Well, now they're going to walk back. That's what I thought. I thought maybe it would be the 9. They figured it out after a while. They got it.
4:35 to go in the first quarter. First and goal from the 9 yard line. Cards trying to punch in a methodical drive. They will go to Baker. He powers his way forward, spins through a couple more tackles, and will get wrapped up battling as he was rolling around on top of Lions down to the 4 yard line, a gain of 5.
You talked about how emotionally charged this matchup is. We saw it bubble over there with Stagger and just the ferocious running there of Landon Baker. And again, I mean, Baker it's not like he's 220 pounds. I mean, Landon Baker's 5'10", 180 pounds. He runs like he's a fullback. I mean, he's just so powerful.
And I would say it's a generous 5'10", because I've stood next to him, and he's shorter than me. He'll get the carry. He'll dive forward. Touchdown, Cards. 6-0 Cardinals on a 4 yard touchdown from Landon Baker.
He is the real deal. Landon Baker's 16th touchdown, or check that, 14th touchdown on the season.
And Mr. Consistency himself, Owen Milsna, will come in to tack on the extra point. As we see per usual, I think if I remember correctly, it missed one all year, and the last time I had checked.
I believe that's still correct.
Kick is up. Kick is good. 7-0 Cards here at Ray Dunn. 3:46 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back after this on Radio Plus, Video Sports, and Jeff's Live.
With quartz countertops from Quest Interiors. Whether it's your kitchen, bathroom, mudroom, or even a closet island, we custom fabricate one-of-a-kind surfaces that elevate every room. And the best part? We install many in as little as 1 week, quickly turning your vision into reality. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
Let me get you in this used car. There's a bunch of...
Yeah, that's what it feels like at most used car dealerships. Pushy sales tactics, pressure, and no peace of mind. At Schaefer Auto, we don't play that game. Every car's inspected by certified mechanics, and we got over 100 budget-friendly vehicles ready for you. Here, you actually get the space and support to choose the car that fits you.
Schaefer Auto, no tackles, no pressure, just the right car for you.
Back at Ray Dunn, 7-0 Cards, 3:46 to go in the half on the touchdown run from 4.5 yards from Landon Baker. Mills going to kick it off. He'll kick it to Soupy, as they call him, Aiden Campbell. Campbell tries to shake Keller. He cannot. Keller wraps him up after a gain of about 13 on the return at the 29-yard line.
They do everything so well, and that includes special teams. You saw it there on the coverage. The kick from Mills was another good one. It's just they're not the things that are going to get on the stat sheet, but they do everything right.
We'll see this Lomira offense once again, which was able to pick up a couple of first downs on that last drive. We'll see if they can get something rolling here. It was a struggle last week against that defensive front of WLA. We'll see if things can change here. Shotgun formation. Handoff goes to Schaumburg. He fouls his blocker, cuts around to the outside, powers his way forward. He'll pick up 6. Hard fought 6 from Hunter Schaumburg.
Yeah, we saw him get double-digit carries for, it hasn't happened a lot for him this year in terms of giving him the ball that much. We saw that last week. Paid it off with 100 yards and a touchdown. I'd expect him to get some more looks here tonight, especially seeing as how poorly that first drive went for Lomira.
And they tend to rotate between James and Schaumburg. Drives, it more seems like, kind of what the Lions do, like the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Sonic and Knuckles of Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs. Handoff goes once again. Powers his way forward to Schaumburg. Stager pushing him back. A couple more Cards pushing him back. He'll pick up 2 and make it 3rd and 2. Wendorf in there, as well as Owen Stager for the Cardinals.
Still a pretty good, I would say a pretty good run there from Schaumburg to be patient. Again, that would be an easy one especially a freshman, to not just keep bouncing that, because you'll see runners bounce, while all of a sudden you get tackled 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage against the speed of Mayville's defense. He realized it wasn't going to be a big play, cut up, got his 2 yards, and now gave Lomira a chance 3rd and 3, or 3rd and 2, actually.
The receivers to each side. Kel keeps. Powers his way forward, picks up the first down, jumps over a tackle, makes it out to the 45. A gain of about 8. First down, Lions.
We didn't see Kel get loose that much against WLA last week, but obviously when he gets in the open field, he's another dynamic runner for this team. But, he just hasn't had the chance really to get into the open space the last couple of weeks.
1st and 10 from the 45-yard line for the Lions. Have to get to the Mayville 45 for a first down. 2 receivers split to each side. Lions really electing to go with that double wing T blocker out of the shotgun formation. Hand off to Dooley. He almost dropped it. Cuts up a lane. He'll pick up 4 after what could have been a very negative play from the Lions.
Yeah, Dooley saved it there. I mean, I don't know if it was a miscommunication or just mistiming there on that, but he did a nice job to pick up 5. 2nd down and medium now for Lomira. This looks better for the Lions, and they're right on the edge here of getting into Mayville territory for the first time.
Running it more to the outside here. The middle has always clogged for Mayville. Lomira trying to use their speed and athleticism to get around the outside, get corners, pick up 5 or 6 yards at a crack around the outside. Shotgun formation once again. Option to the right. Kell met immediately by Stagger, thrown backwards by Baker and Stagger, and Drinkwine in there as well. A big loss. It'll be a loss of 3 and make it 3rd and 8. Not what the Lions want. 3rd and not so manageable.
No, that was and James didn't quite get. I don't know if that was supposed to be run a little bit more deliberately from Kell there, but James was kind of behind Keegan Kell as opposed to by the side of him. So there really wasn't a pitch option by the time Kell turned it up the field.
15 seconds to go in this first quarter. My apologies, it was Kellen Schaefer in there once again, and not the biggest of defensive linemen from this Mayville team. Does a great job penetrating through the offensive line. 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Lions call a man in motion. They will snap it just before the time ticks. Kell dances around in the pocket, trying to find somewhere to go. He's wrapped up and sacked. Colton Carpenter in there as well as Kellen Schaefer. And Tate Drinkwine, it makes it 4th and 10 from the 45. That'll do it for the first quarter. 7-0 lead for the Cards. Jordan, what a first quarter. Slow, methodical drive from the Cards. Took away most of the clock.
Yeah, and a nice job there defensively again. I mean, they gave up a first down at the start of that first quarter, stood up, bowed up, didn't allow Lomira into their territory, had the ball sitting right at the 50-yard line there, 2 negative plays, and looks like Lomira's going to have to punt to start the second.
So end of the first, Mayville leads 7-0. We'll be back after this from Ray Dunn.
Schroffnagel Implement of Lomira is a proud sponsor of the Lions in today's game. A family-owned and operated business since 1951. They're a full-service ag and lawn and garden center, too. Pickup and delivery are available. Schroffnagel Implement of Lomira. Check out their brand-new up-to-date website at schroffnagel.com. That's schroffnagel.com. Go Lions from your number 1 team at Schroffnagel Implement, Lomira.
Skyline.
Welcome back here on Radio Plus Video Sports and Jeff's live streams. 4th and 10 from the 45. Lions will punt. Zahn will do the punting, and they will send Schneider, the lone return man, at about the 15-yard line of Mayville. Snap goes to Zahn. He gets away a high punt down that left sideline. Schneider has to go through his hands, bounces around, falls on top of it at the 13. A good punt from Alex Zahn.
Great punt, and it threw Schneider off there, and yeah, it was a good thing for Schneider's sake that he was able to hop back on top of that, because once again, Colton Wagner busting his butt down the field, and he was ready to pounce on top of that thing.
Field position game in favor of the Lions here. Backed up at their own 13 is where Mayville will start this drive. We've seen it many times this year that Mayville has been in this position, and they get out of it fairly quickly with a chunk play.
Yeah, we saw it, 2 or 3 times against Omro that they had double-digit, in one case it was a home run shot from Joe Promersberger.
They send Schneider in motion. Hand to Baker. There he goes. Middle of the field. Landon Baker. Chugging along. Schaumburg gives chase. Down to the 50 to the 40. Schaumburg still chasing him at the 30. Stiff arms him. Breaks the tackle. There he goes. 87 yards. Landon Baker. How about a 1,000-yard rusher?
What a way to do it. And, Schaumburg might have a step on him. Schaumburg might be a little faster, but there's the strength of a senior against a freshman in flyweight conference play, and Landon Baker, stiff arm, says, I'm taking this one to the house. You said it, Justin. You foreshadowed that one perfectly. They don't spend much time in the shadow of their own end zone. Oh, what a run.
Just about a 12-second drive for Mayville. An 87-yard touchdown run from Landon Baker makes it 13-0. Milsna comes on to tack on the extra point. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and through the uprights. 14-0. Mayville with a home run, an 87-yard touchdown for Landon Baker. 14-0 from Ray Dunn. We'll be back after this.
LLC is a proud sponsor celebrating 25 years. Cody and Dwayne are proud to be a 4-star certified CertainTeed single installer, offering up to a 50-year warranty on shingles and a 10-year warranty on workmanship. Whether it's a steel roof or rubber roof and shingles, make the right choice. Skyline Home Improvements LLC. Free estimates, of course, from the football guys at Skyline Home Improvements. So what do you say? Let's get started on your home improvement.
Welcome back. Mayville kicks from north to south. Campbell will pick it up on the far sideline. Tries to cut it back up in the middle field. Got a lane. He's wrapped up. Nice tackle by Colton Carpenter of the Cards. Another one of those guys that just doesn't come off the field.
Yeah, and he was banged up in the early portion of the conference season. And, he was someone who is, early on in the year, Coach Hilbert had talked about as kind of a depth piece. He's been so good that he's forced the hand that he's got to be out there more often, and you got to give him a ton of credit with the season he's had.
We talk about this Mayville offensive line, and what a hole it was for Landon Baker through the middle of the field.
Yeah, I think maybe he might have gotten brushed on his way through, but no one laid a hand on him till Schaumburg caught him at the 25.
James powers forward for a hard-fought 4. He gets wrapped up by Baker, Stager, and Carpenter in there as well. Kristen Nordberg checking in from Chanhassen, Minnesota on her other in Albuquerque, New Mexico today. I know normally she's in Chanhassen, Minnesota on her nephew, Hunter Schaumburg. Lori Hilmer says, yay, let's go. And Matt and Ramsey say, go Lomira, go James Gang from Uncle Maverick in London.
All right.
All right.
International love. Love that, man.
2 receivers to the right. They call Wagner in motion. Drops back the pass. Throws it. Got his man, Wagner. Wagner getting chased by Wendorf. Gets around him. Cuts back up in the middle of the field. Tries to power through and gets wrapped up and thrown down by Joe Promersberger at the 33-yard line. A chunk play from the Lions, and it was needed.
Yeah, that was a great play design and a perfect time to call it there by Lomira. And you got I think it's Wendorf down on the near side here. Yeah, Devin Wendorf is down on the near side, so they're going to have to stop this thing as he's too close to the play. So, but that was a great call from Coach Gregory, and just kind of snuck Wagner out there on the near side, and excellent job by him to make a couple of guys miss, and then he's always going to be a physical guy when he gets into the secondary.
14-0, 10:33 to go in a half. We'll take a quick one. We'll be back after this.
At Warner Harmson Furniture, Flooring, Kitchen, and Bath, we know that your home is more than just 4 walls. From kitchen and bath remodels to full home renovations and new construction, we have the team for you. Warner Harmson brings expert design and craftsmanship to every project.
Welcome back here on Radio Plus Video Sports and Jeff's live stream. Simply, Devin Wendorf is right. He's concluded about a 30-yard play for the Lions, and they are inside Mayville territory at the 33-yard line. Kelk keeps on the option, cuts back up in the middle of the field, gets tripped up. Middlestat got to him as well as Stager with good pursuit. He will pick up a hard-fought 5 or 6 and make it second and manageable.
Yep, that's what you got to do on first down. And to Lomira's credit, they've done that, probably 2/3 of the time on their first downs they've done that. The problem is a couple of the times they've followed it up with a loss on second. They got to find a way to pick up a couple of yards here, avoid the penalties, just anything positive here to get yourself in 3rd and short. That's what you got to be looking for from a Lomira perspective here.
Handed off up the middle. James with a good hole. Powers forward. Good run from Elijah James. Down to the 20. And just about in red zone are the Lions.
Nice patient run from James that time. Found the cutback lane, hit it well. And he also had just a real tough time finding any room last week against WLA. So Lomira would love to get him going here in the first half as well. Talking about Elijah James.
Gene and Terry Schwartz watching from Clam Lake. Got people all over watching today, whether you're on Radio Plus or Jeff's live streams. Hop into that YouTube chat. Let us know where you're watching from. You know, I got someone out in North Dakota watching. He was going to watch. I don't know if he is. Should tell him he's got to find me some birds for next week while I'm out there. Kell in the shotgun. Keeps it wrapped up immediately. Penetration again, this time from Tate Drinkwine.
Yeah, what a play by it's everyone. I mean, there was 4 different Cardinals in the backfield there once again. They're so quick off the ball. Their technique is excellent. They're stronger than just about everyone that they play. They're quicker than most as well, and it leads to just the plethora of negative plays that they've forced teams into this season.
So 2nd and 13 from the 23-yard line. Lions trying to punch one in here. Get something rolling as they're down 14-0 with 8:30 to go in the first half. Kell drops back to pass, looks downfield. Screen play, finds James. James breaks a tackle of Baker, cuts outside. He'll get down to the 16-yard line and make it 3rd and a little bit more manageable.
Yeah, 3rd and medium now, and once again, we've said his name a ton already here for Lomira, but Colton Wagner deserves a lot of credit there. He got just enough on Landon Baker, and Baker's we've seen him run the football. He's a tough guy to handle from that middle linebacker spot. Wagner got just enough of him to allow James to pick up that extra 5 yards. Otherwise, you'd be looking at 3rd and 10 or more for Lomira.
3rd and 6 from the 16. Myers going to have to burn a timeout here. Heard it from their people up in the booth. 8:09 to go in a half. 14-0 lead from the Cards from Ray Dunn. We'll be back after this on Radio Plus, Video Sports, and Jeff's live streams.
Dependable, detail-driven, and dedicated to you, we turn your vision into a home. Warner Harmson, we do it all. Visit WarnerHarmson.com and book your free consultation today.
Precision engineering. Rigorous attention to detail. A Bryant Evolution heating system is so well designed, it's as much of a joy to install as it is to use.
Good to go.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
AirTech Heating, doing whatever it takes.
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time.
Welcome back here on Radio Plus, Video Sports, and Jeff's live streams. 3rd and 6 from the 16. Kell on the shotgun with Schaumburg. Drops back the pass. He'll throw it over to Schaumburg. Schaumburg cuts back up to the outside. Tries to get to the first. He does. It'll be 1st and goal from about the 8-yard line for the Lions. Good play from Schaumburg to power through Zitlow on that far side.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking to myself as Schaumburg sprints to that far side, kind of towards the sticks. I'm thinking, cut it up, cut it up, cut it up. He didn't, but he has the speed there to get to the edge and get the first down inside the 10 at the 8. Scoring chance here for Lomira to cut into this thing and really gain some of this momentum back.
We saw from the Mayville student section. I absolutely love it. 8 minutes to go in a half, but we got pigs over there. We got cows, battle for the milk jug. I mean, I love it.
The students ready for tonight's game, that's for sure.
Kell hands it off to Schaumburg, follows his blockers. He'll get tripped up and pick up a couple more. Landon Baker will trip him up. It'll be a gain of, I think, 1. They'll give him officially. It'll make it 2nd and goal from the 7.
Yeah, and no debate here that it's 4-down territory for Lomira. Obviously, they struggled down here against WLA. 2 red zone trips that they turned it over on 4th down.
They scored once in the red zone. They were 1 for 3 in their red zone trips. It was a Schaumburg 1-yard touchdown run. They had Schaumburg on 4th down, and he tripped on the 1, and he was tackled on a bubble screen on the other one. Make it 2nd and goal from the 7. Handoff goes up the middle. Schaumburg powers his way forward. Inside the 5. Touchdown, Lions.
What a strong run from Schaumburg. I almost said Taylor Schaumburg. He's not running it anymore.
Kind of looks like him sometimes, doesn't it?
I tell you what, that was a strong, mean run down there from Hunter Schaumburg, capping off a really nice drive here for Lomira. Got the big play on the screen pass from Keegan Kell to Colton Wagoner, and good job by the Lions to pay it off down here in the red area.
Aiden Stuffle comes on and kick the extra point and make it 14-7 here at Ray Dunn. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, off the hands, and
I think it went through.
It did go through. It did look like it was blocked a little bit too. Finds its way through. 14-7. Lomira will kick off from south to north after this.
They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
Angling-only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
Welcome back to Ray Dunn. Stuffle will do the kicking. Per usual, Promersberger and Schneider back to return for the Cards. It will be a kick to Joe Promersberger on the far sideline. He will cut back to the far side, wrapped up, and immediately in there was Wagner. He stunned him enough for enough Lions to get in there. Saw Campbell as well as Stagger, but once again, Colton Wagner making an impact play on special teams.
Yeah, death taxes, and offense, defense, special, doesn't matter. Does not matter.
7:03 to go in the half. Cards will get the drive. This is their second drive of this second quarter, which started with an 87-yard touchdown run from Landon Baker. We sit 14-7 after the touchdown run from Hunter Schaumburg. I almost did it too, Jordan.
Yeah, well, it's easy to do. As you know, that's another good point. That we were talking about how impressive that drive was for Lomira. But after that, what seemed like a backbreaker, that 80-some yard touchdown run, you're able to come back if you're Lomira. You're able to put some points on the board. Let's see if you can't get a stop here, and with 6 minutes and 50 seconds, get the ball back and see if you can't tighten this thing up before halftime.
Baker picks up a yard. Good penetration from Kolcheski. Wagner will get the tackle once again. 6:40 to go in a half. 2nd and 9 from the Mayville 21. It will give him the 22. Romersberger comes in motion. Handoff goes to Baker. He's got a hole again. There he goes down the middle of the field. The Lions give chase. Nobody's going to catch him. Landon Baker once again trips and falls. If he didn't
stumbled.
Slip,
yeah.
He was gone again down at the 1 yard line. If he was, he already was to 1,000. Now he's just adding on.
Yeah, now he is pouring it on against a really good team. And first down and goal, he ends up being down at the 1, but he before he got caught, I don't think he would have got caught. He stumbled a little bit at like the 15. A turf monster almost got him.
I think he turned and looked back and caught his own feet. But nonetheless, it is a unofficially 77-yard run down to the 1. I would hope they give it to him to pound it forward.
I was just going to say, you got to give it to the young man, right? Let him finish off this drive that he just, what a couple of 80-plus yard runs in a row for him.
And they'll give it to him up the middle. He's in. Touchdown Cards, 20-7. What a response.
All of that momentum we were just talking about, poof, gone for Lomira.
And can we talk about the fact that we saw something different from Mayville there? We saw the wishbone.
Unbelievable.
I don't think they've ever changed out of the wing tee. He'll send Milsna on to tack on the extra point with 5:44 to go in a half. And another big home run hitter from Landon Baker. Tacks it on with a 1-yard touchdown run. Millsna to tack on the extra point. Snap to middle step. The hold is good. It's blocked by the Lions. We'll stay 20-7. 5:44 to go in a half. I'll be back after this on Radio Plus, Video Sports, and Jeff's live streams.
Brock Fleischer here with Homestead Realty. I know that buying and selling a home can be stressful. I'm here to help. Are you ready to sell? I have buyers waiting for a home just like yours. Are you looking to buy? I can sell any home that's on the market, and I'm here to get you pre-approved to purchase, along with finding the best loan and lender for your situation. I'll even go as far as arranging movers. For an easier real estate transaction, give me a call. Brock Fleischer, 920-960-0555.
Dedication, training, giving 100%. Back in Action proudly supports high school athletes on and off the field. From physical and occupational therapy, pre- and post-orthopedic surgery.
Welcome back here at Ray Dunn. 20-7 after Lomira blocks the extra point. Millsna will kick it off. He'll kick it to Aiden Campbell again. This one's going to find its way out of bounds. Lomira will start again at the 35-yard line.
Lions will start at the 35-yard line with that kick going out of bounds.
And while the kick went out of bounds, we'll take a quick one. We'll be back after this.
To work and sports injuries. The staff at Back in Action is trained and dedicated to you and your recovery. Your personal care plan starts with a visit to Back in Action in Fond du Lac, Kewaskum, Mayville, and New Holstein. Back in Action, getting you back in the game. BackinActionRehab.com.
Welcome back to Ray Dunn. Lori Hilmer liked the Turf Monster statement. I thought it was pretty funny as well. 5:44. Lions need a response here. And if you're hoping to take a long drive and try to end the half with scoring here to make it a one-score game. 20-7. Kell in the shotgun. He will hand. They'll follow his blockers up the middle. Will Schaumburg powers his way forward. Gets the help from a couple of his teammates to pick up 5.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen too many teams run the ball with this kind of success this season. So, I mean, from a Lomira perspective, you gotta be pleased with that. They just, I mean, 2 big plays that they've given up here in this first half, both of them to Landon Baker.
Once again, a fantastic night here, fall night here in Wisconsin. Weather kind of cooling down a little bit here, feeling more like fall football. Dooley comes in motion. Kell in the shotgun. They will hand to Schaumburg, and he will follow his blockers, and he's got nowhere. Wrapped up by Schneider. Ball comes out. Schneider's got it. We'll see what the call is. I think they're going to say he was down or the whistle had stopped forward progress.
I think I think the forward progress was for sure down. He also looked like he maybe hit the ground too. But what a job by Tanner Schneider out here to set the edge, and he met Schaumburg and drove him backwards.
4.5 to go in a half, 3rd and 8 from their own 37 for the Lions. Kell will jog his play right back in. Again, fair amount of teams that do this nowadays where they go back and forth between the coach and the huddle. Takes up a lot of time.
It does. The other option is you just send in. Can get a timeout here from Mayville? Yeah.
Mayville will take it with 4:06 to go in a half. 20-7 from Ray Dunn in the battle for the milk jug. We'll be back after this.
Bernhard Plumbing, true craftsmen are who we are. Providing customer satisfaction is what we do.
For new construction or remodeling projects, we cover the full spectrum of plumbing design, installation, and code compliance. Bernhard Plumbing does it right down to the smallest detail.
Our experience with Bernhard Plumbing has been absolutely fabulous. They are reliable, dependable, trustworthy, and professional.
Since 1954, a legacy of service, quality, and customer satisfaction.
Coal Oil and Propane is committed to establishing and upholding lasting relationships with our respected customers. We pledge to provide exceptional and reliable service, exceeding your expectations, and are dedicated to continuous improvement, embracing and driving change to better serve you. Whether you need service for residential, commercial, or agricultural, Coal Oil and Propane has you covered. Our goals are simple: great products, competitive pricing, and reliable service. Contact Coal Oil and Propane for all your fuel.
Welcome back to Ray Dunn. 3rd and 8. Kell drops back to pass. Looks downfield. Looking for Dooley. He's got him. He just overthrew him. He stumbled a little bit too. Dooley was in double coverage, but outran both Baker and Middlestat. He was open.
Yeah, and Kell took a shot there at the end of that. It's not the first time he's taken a hard hit in the backfield.
Had some Cards fans looking for a hold in
Yeah.
the middle there as well. But nonetheless, Cards will get the ball back here. 3:58 to go in the half. And, of course, my scoreboard camera disappears.
And that's plenty of time based on what we've seen the last couple of possessions.
Zahn will do the punting as he does. Good snap and another good punt from Zahn. Picked up at the 29-yard line by Promersberger. Wagner, the first one there again, wraps him up. Once again, Colton Wagner brings him down at the 35 after a gain of 6.
I love it, man. It's a big double leg takedown. I mean, he's going to get 3 points for that in about a couple months when wrestling season starts. And he is, I tell you what, he is fun to watch play football. And it kind of, he had a great season all year last year, but obviously the coming out party in the state championship when he led the team with something like 16 tackles against Grantsburg in that state title game and really led Lomira, attitude-wise on that defensive side of the football with his performance in the state championship.
20-7, 3:47 to go in a half. Mayville has taken a couple plays to score on their last 2 drives, and that's not unusual. They will keep with Middlestat. He cuts to the outside. He's got a lane. Emerson Middlestat down the sidelines, getting chased by Stager. Stiff arms, wrapped up and thrown out of bounds at the 12-yard line. A big hitter from the quarterback, Emerson Middlestat.
Yeah, and last week was really the first time that Middlestat really started to get loose with some big plays in last week's game, and now 2 weeks in a row for Emerson Middlestat, and he's always got that threat. But he really hasn't hit that many home runs, quote unquote, this year. Now that's back-to-back weeks for him, and if you're Coach Scott Hilber, that's another wrinkle you can throw in here and just make yourself that much more dangerous heading into the postseason.
We saw it a couple times against Omro. They went to that option look.
Yep.
And it worked very well for them. They stumbled a little bit offensively for a little while there. They went to that option, and it ended up working. Pitch goes to Promersberger, fouls his blockers. Picks up a couple more, gets wrapped up and thrown down inside the 10 at the 8.5-yard line.
Well, in that first half against Omro, they had scoring possessions of 1, 2, and 3 plays. And then they had a longer scoring possession. They've had a 1-play scoring possession. Last possession was 2 plays. Here's play number 3. They could do the same exact thing here 2 weeks later against a much better Lomira team.
He's 2nd and 6 from the 8-yard line. They can get a first down and make it 1st and goal, or they can score. 2:56 in counting on the clock in the half. Handoff, Baker. How about a third one wrapped up just inside the 2? They'll get him at about the 1.5-yard line. It'll make it 1st and goal.
And I'm 90% sure that was Colton Wagner just holding on for dear life. And he was able to hang on just enough for Baker to lose his balance.
And we're going to elect to take their time. Middlestat slowly going back into the huddle with 2:40 to go in the half. They will try to tack another one on and make this one 26-7 after just efficient offense. After kind of stumbling on that first drive. Obviously, they got the score. It was a lot slower and methodical. Lomira did a great job defensively there, but Mayville rolling right now offensively. They get their men down. They will go to Baker. He's wrapped immediately by Dooley. Gets an extra push. Will get inside the 1. They'll mark him at about the half-yard line.
It's a really nice job by Hunter Dooley. Obviously, in that situation, he's undersized to be sticking his nose in there and making a play. He deserves a lot of credit for that play. Nice tackle at the line of scrimmage. And obviously, it's going to take a big effort here down near the goal line for Lomira, and still a couple of plays to do it here for Mayville.
Looks like 2nd and goal from about the 3-inch yard line from here. And we'll see what they elect to go to here. They go back to that wishbone formation with Keller in the backfield. They will pitch. Baker powers forward, hops a man, touchdown. Number 3 in the day for Landon Baker. Unbelievable.
He has 16 touchdowns on the season now. Gannon Schwartz from WLA had 16 coming into this one. So obviously, depending on what Schwartz has done against North Fond du Lac tonight, Landon Baker putting himself in the category or the conversation for total touchdowns. And by the way, that includes passing touchdowns for Gannon Schwartz. Baker is rushing touchdown-wise. Landon Baker is running away with this thing in the Flyway Conference.
Millsdale will come on, attack on the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. 27-7. Another fantastic drive from Mayville. We'll be back after this. Or not. Maybe not. Having some clicking errors, as I like to call them. We'll see if...
And lubricant needs. Trust coal, oil, and propane.
Welcome back. Kick picked up by Aiden Campbell. Tries to cut it back. He's wrapped up. I think we had Zitlow there and a good, oh, we got 40. See if we can make sure we got the right card there on that one. Owen Mills is the kicker. How about that?
Good first step.
That was number 40, Owen Milsna on that tackle.
How about a kicker tackle? We love it. I mean, kickers can be people too, you know.
That one gets you like 150 points in fantasy football.
We got 27-7. I will update that scoreboard in a second here. I got to get my clicking to show back up here. Sometimes it doesn't cooperate with me right away.
Do have one score from elsewhere on the Flyway Conference. Springs in control. At last check, they were up 21-0 against Amro. That would be a tough one for the Foxes. That would probably see them drop out of postseason play for Amro.
James wrapped up in the backfield. Another loss. This Mayville defense, unbelievable again. It was Kellen Schaefer in again.
Yeah, other than Lomira's been able to move the football some on Mayville, but it's so hard to do it over and over and over and over again. And we talked about that on the first drive on the defensive side of things for Lomira. It's easy. I mean, it's hard enough to stop them on one play. Now go do it for a team that's going to run the ball on average 50-plus times per game. It's just a big ask for any team to do.
40 seconds to go and a half. Kell in the shotgun. He'll keep. Tries to follow his blockers. Cuts it back up to the middle of the field. Stiff arms a man. He'll pick up the first down. First time we've seen Keegan Kell really fully get loose on the read option. He'll pick up the first down with 32 seconds to go and a half.
And, I'll tell you what, I think we're going to see a timeout. Just real quick, I mean, one of the big differences is Mayville has found a way to get that tackle in that linebacker level before Lomira is able to bust it loose. Lomira has not been able to make that play. That's why the big plays have come for Campbellsport.
We're going to run a quick little fix here. I'm going to click out of here, and we're going to see if I can get this back up and running in a second here. Stick with us. Just my computer issues. Back on Jeff's live stream, trying to get back on Radio Plus as well. Spinning away from a tackle is Kell. He'll pick up a couple more. And with 19 seconds to go and a half, Lomira will burn another timeout here. Jordan, I think they can get something rolling here if they keep burning these timeouts.
Yeah, and I think that should be the last one. Maybe one. Maybe. Yeah, I think. Well, they still got one on the scoreboard, so I thought they had used one earlier on in the half, but perhaps not. We'll get clarification on that. But, yeah, I mean, a couple of positive plays in the row here. You got the biggest run of the day for Keegan Kell, and then a 5-yard pickup to bring up second down and manageable. So might as well give it a shot here going into the half. It makes no sense to sit on it here. I mean, this is you're going to need every possession you can get. So you got to try to get some points here before halftime.
The concession stand meets singles. So if you have a whole lot of singles,
17 seconds to go in a half. Mayville up 3 scores at Ray Dunn. Shotgun formation for the Lions as usual. The handoff following his blockers. He's got nowhere to go. Ball's loose on the ground. Stager is there. They're going to say he was down. He was wrapped up and thrown down by Weston Teeters. Stager had a lane to run, but they'll say he was down. And that'll do it. 27-7 at the half. Mayville doing exactly what they need to do to win this conference title and secure, most likely officially, a 1 seed in the playoffs. We'll be back with some out-of-town scores and our thoughts after this on Radio Plus Sports and Jeff's live streams.
Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes.
We are Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, and we have been leading a greenhouse here in Fox Lake since 1981. Family owned and operated, we provide beautiful flower baskets and fruit and vegetables to residents of South Central Wisconsin. We know the importance of having a variety of flowers, fruits, and vegetables available to our customers throughout the year. Discover the finest selection of locally grown produce, including sweet corn, tomatoes, and cucumbers, along with a variety of fresh fruits. At Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we believe in providing our customers with the freshest and highest quality produce. Come visit us and taste the difference.
All-Phase HVAC sales and service is the go-to for heating, cooling, and geothermal needs. Whether it's sweltering summer days or chilly winter nights, they've got the perfect solution. Their team is dedicated to keeping homes comfortable year-round with top-notch installations and reliable repairs. Plus, they offer energy-efficient options that save money while keeping homes cozy. Trust All-Phase for all HVAC needs and enjoy a comfortable home no matter the season. Call All-Phase HVAC today.
The brand new branch of Ergo Bank in Lomira is now open. See them today at 250 North Main Street. Plus, lock in a limited time 6-month CD at an incredible 4.70% APY with a minimum deposit of just $5,000. But hurry, this offer is only available at the Lomira branch through September 30th. Visit ergobank.com or call 920-392-5005 to learn more. Ergo Bank, better banking by design. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Early withdrawal penalties may apply. New money only.
Rediscover the hometown lumberyard experience in your own backyard. Hi, this is Dave, third generation of the family-owned and operated Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lomira. I welcome you to experience what the hometown lumberyard has to offer. Better products, better advice, better service. From one O-ring to all the building materials to build a house, we had the products to get the job done. Hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, lawn and garden, automotive, bird, and so much more. Come experience what your hometown lumberyard has to offer. Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lomira, where the tracks cross Main, or online at lidkelumber.com.
Gather the gang for a meal at Leroy Meats, Horicon, Ripon, and Fox Lake. Perfect tailgating treats include the freshest cuts of beef, chicken, and pork, along with award-winning sausages and cheese. Remember to stop at the Fox Lake location, now bigger and better than ever, to meet your needs. Leroy Meats also provides venison processing. For precise cuts and the tastiest products, hunters know to go to Leroy Meats. Find this week's lunch menu, coupons, and hours at LeroyMeats.com. Nobody beats Leroy Meats.
Looking for a reliable roofing contractor? Witt Services has got you covered. With 5 years of experience, they specialize in everything from roof repairs to full replacements. Their team is dedicated to quality workmanship and customer satisfaction. Plus, they offer free estimates, so you know exactly what to expect. Whether it's a leaky roof or a complete overhaul, Witt Services is the go-to choice for all roofing needs. Don't wait. Reach out today.
At Mayville Savings Bank, we're a bank that is here for you, helping you save money instead of piling on service fees. We still take walk-ins, no appointment necessary. We're a bank where your loan is a local decision, with friendly employees that still answer our phones. A bank that offers online and mobile banking. We're a bank where you're our best interest. Bank at the bank you own. Mayville Savings Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Dripping faucets and running toilets aren't just annoying, they're increasing your water bill. Clogged toilets and drains aren't just frustrating, they often indicate bigger problems. Pipe bursts aren't just messy, you need Maxwell Plumbing. These guys are affordable, and they know what they're doing. For plumbing projects and problems, it's Maxwell Plumbing, located in Lomira, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, and Washington counties. Maxwell Plumbing and HTG.com.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner, grab one of the daily specials, or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry. Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
Welcome back to Ray Dunn, 27-7 at the half. Cards seemingly running away with this one, Jordan.
Yeah, they've all season long they have not put a foot wrong offensively. Really, other than obviously the turnovers in that WLA game, and that's been their only close game of the season. Down the stretch, a game that they had a legitimate chance to lose. I don't think they really. The Cedar Grove Belgium game was relatively close. It didn't really feel like they had a chance to lose that one in hindsight. But since that WLA game, when they did turn the ball over 3 times, they have not put a foot wrong since then in conference play. Landon Baker, I know you're going to give us all the stats, but 189 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns in that first half. I mean, he's putting together. If this is your final opportunity to put down a marker that you're the best player in the Flyweight Conference, Landon Baker is doing that right now.
And a 53-yard from Middlestadt. I mean, Mayville just imposing their will on the ground. 283 total yards from Mayville. How about 283 yards on the ground? Not a passing attempt from Mayville today, and why should they?
Well, they didn't pass the ball against North Fond du Lac. They threw one pass against, I think it was Amro that we were here for that. They threw 4 passes against Springs. They don't need to throw the football. They're just so efficient running it. And again, you look at Lomira, you're down 27-7. They've moved the ball okay in that first half. But it's just what Mayville has done that Lomira has not is the big plays. So Mayville has made Lomira go long fields. Okay, you put together one drive on us. We're going to go ahead and bet that you can't do that 3 or 4 more times in the ball game. Whereas Mayville has ripped off so many big chunk plays, they haven't had to have sustained drives, which they're usually pretty good when they do, but they just haven't had to have the stress of that. And, talking to Coach Hilber about halfway through the season, he said that's what he wanted more of. He's like, we got to start popping some big ones because 12, 13-play drives, they're great. They end up with touchdowns, that's awesome. But when you get into the postseason, you got to have some drives where you pop it, and it's a 6-play drive. And because 12, 13-play drives, all it takes is one penalty, and it derails things for you. Go ahead. I mean, or just one bad exchange on a handoff and you fumble it, or whatever it is. When you start to get the cold weather and the slick football, all of that stuff can play a factor. So that's what he was looking for from his team. And over the past 3 weeks, they've gotten those big plays.
Drive 1 for the Cards went 9 plays, 414, 61 yards, capped off by a 4-yard touchdown run from Baker. Drive 2 for the Cards, 1 play, 87 yards, Landon Baker. Drive 3 for the Cards. Then you get drive 3 for Lomira's drive 3 after 2 punts to start. They score on a long sustained drive, 9 plays, 70 yards, 4 minutes and 27 seconds. So all the drives taking some time. Well, Mayville, every drive after that first 2 drives for Mayville was speed. 3 plays, 79 yards in 1 minute and 26 for another Landon Baker touchdown.
And that should have been a 1-play drive, by the way.
And that should have been a 1-play drive, 100%. And then you had a 5-play, 65-yard drive in only 2 minutes. I mean, what can you say? we talk about we got a chance to see their 2-minute-ish offense against Amro. They had that situation at the end of the half where they got the ball with like 1:35 to go. They scored in 35 seconds. They can score in 35 seconds. They can also take 7 minutes off the clock on you.
Yep, and that's the versatility that Coach Hilber was talking about, and he's starting to get that in terms of being able to do both things, and so he's going to love that first half. Obviously, you love it even more if it comes up against a rival against like Lomira here tonight, and just a half away from an undefeated regular season.
We'll come back after this and give you some looks out of the out-of-town scoreboard from Ray Dunn. The battle for the milk jug. Cards lead 27-7 at the half.
Municipal Well and Pump began over 100 years ago, one community and one relationship at a time. Employee owned, employee accountable, a personal stake in every project. Today, we are the largest well and pump contractor in the region. Our customers know us as honest people who treat them as people. We believe every family deserves clean, abundant water. To us, nothing is more important. We might not always be the lowest priced option, but integrity and dependability can be rare. And in this vital industry, prioritizing a quality experience creates lifetime relationships. Municipal Well and Pump. We care about keeping clients connected to water.
Looking for a change? A new career that checks all of the boxes? Excellent benefits? A great team culture? And plenty of room to grow? Metalcraft of Mayville is looking for candidates like you to fill openings in Mayville, West Bend, and Beaver Dam. Metalcraft truly believes employees make the difference, offering paid training, top wages, and a regularly sanitized, safe workplace. Apply today at mtlcraft.com.
You take steps to keep yourself in top performance. When was the last time you did the same for your home's air system? Annual maintenance from the experts at Surefire helps to extend the life of your system. Proper maintenance can be the difference of years for your home's air system and major savings in energy costs when it's running at its best. Keeping your home's air system at its best will help you stay at your best for what's really important. Trust your home with Surefire. Surefire, keeping what's important comfortable since 1947.
At the Pioneer Keg, great food meets a fun atmosphere. Dive into their full menu featuring award-winning cheese curds and our homemade pizzas that are simply irresistible. Try the famous Brewmaster Challenge, where the food takes center stage. And if it's Friday, get ready for our amazing Friday fish fry. Check out our relaxed atmosphere, hang with friends, where everyone has a good time. Come thirsty, come hungry, and leave happy. The Pioneer Keg, 122 South Milwaukee Street, Theresa, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to the halftime report and the out-of-town scoreboard. Waupun, 3:30 to go in the half, up 20-14 over the Wisconsin Dells at the Wisconsin Dells. Fondy putting it to Oshkosh West, 42-0 at the half. That's a big game for Fondy, kind of teetering on the edge of the playoffs, right, Jordan?
Yeah, and I can go in there. I have the Andy Lavoie. I can pull up the Division One. Not that I'm sure a lot of people can go figure this out for Fondy for themselves. Fondy, a 6 seed heading into this week. So yeah, obviously this would be one that Fondy would need to probably make it a little more comfortable. But they would still be sitting on pins and needles tomorrow morning.
Randolph, one of those teams, they are 500 in their conference, so they will make the playoffs. Could use a big win today over Johnson Creek to help them get maybe a little bit better seed, as they're down 7-0 just starting the second half. And Jordan from the Flyaway Focus, you will hear his sports report in the morning. And why don't you give what we got from the Flyaway so far?
Halftime scores 30-0 Springs over Amro. So that one's really gonna damage Amro's chances, I think, to get into the tournament. And then right now it's 12-7 Campbellsport over Laconia at the half. If Laconia can find a way to beat Campbellsport's a D4 team now. So if that's a D5 playing up to a D4, there is a chance Laconia could find enough points to. Again, who knows what this matrix is going to look like? But they were technically in, according to Andy Lavoie's website last week. So who knows coming up tomorrow? But it would certainly make it an interesting morning for the Spartans tomorrow morning if they were able to get an upset win. And then nothing from WLA North Fondy. Going to try to see if I can't text around and see if I can get a score between those two.
Mayville deferred the kick, and they won the toss in the beginning of the game. They will receive the second half kickoff from Ray Dunn, 27-7. Third quarter coming up after this.
Finding a new building, whether it's commercial, ag, or residential, you need a building that will last. You need Pino. Our experienced design-build team will make your vision a reality. After all, we've been doing it for over 45 years. To start your next project, go to pinobuildings.com and you'll learn about the Pino difference. Pino, built better for future generations.
PT Tire and Service has been at 301 East Clark Street in Brandon for over 20 years. The owners, Tony and Pam Sauer, are dedicated to their community and their customers. They serve the auto repair, tire, and wheel needs of customers in Brandon and the rest of central Wisconsin. We're on call 24/7 for roadside assistance and on the farm service for customers. For auto repairs, tires, and wheels, come see us in person or request a quote online. PT Tire and Service, you make the call and leave the rest to us. Call 920-346-TIRE.
Schroffnagel Implement of Lomira is a proud sponsor of the Lions in today's game. A family-owned and operated business since 1951. They're a full-service ag and lawn and garden center, too. Pickup and delivery are available. Schroffnagel Implement of Lomira. Check out their brand-new, up-to-date website at schroffnagel.com. That's schroffnagel.com. Go Lions from your number one team at Schroffnagel Implement, Lomira.
Welcome to Werner Harmson's Kitchen and Bath, where your dream spaces come to life. Specializing in full remodels, custom cabinets, and exquisite countertops, we transform ordinary kitchens and bathrooms into extraordinary, functional masterpieces. Our expert team is dedicated to providing top-quality craftsmanship and personalized service, ensuring every detail reflects your unique style and needs. Whether you're updating your kitchen for a modern look or creating a spa-like retreat in your bathroom, we're here to turn your vision into reality. Visit us today to start planning your perfect kitchen and bath remodel. Werner Harmson, 116 East Main, or call at 920-324-5091 or check them out on social media.
Let me get you in this used car. There's a bunch of...
Yeah, that's what it feels like at most used car dealerships. Pushy sales tactics, pressure, and no peace of mind. At Schaefer Auto, we don't play that game. Every car's inspected by certified mechanics, and we got over 100 budget-friendly vehicles ready for you. Here, you actually get the space and support to choose the car that fits you.
Schaefer Auto, no tackles, no pressure, just the right car for you.
Skyline Home Improvements, LLC is a proud sponsor celebrating 25 years. Cody and Dwayne are proud to be a 4-star certified CertainTeed single installer, offering up to a 50-year warranty on shingles and a 10-year warranty on workmanship. Whether it's a steel roof or rubber roof and shingles, make the right choice. Skyline Home Improvements, LLC. Free estimates, of course, from the football guys at Skyline Home Improvement.
Welcome back to Ray Dunn. Second half starts here. Brommersberger fumbles it, almost knocks it out of bounds. He will pick up the return, try to bounce it around the outside. He's wrapped up, pushed out of bounds. Guess who? Wagner, Stager in there again.
They fly all over the place. And It's obviously been the bright spot for Lomira, and there's still plenty of time in this game, so we're not getting into silver lining territory just yet. But obviously, with the way that some of their defensive players have flown around the field, but in the same breath, I mean, they've left too many running lanes open, have the Lions, and that's led to the big plays that Mayville got in that first half to build this big lead.
11:53. Just 7 seconds tick off the clock to start. Mayville will send Zitlow out wide. He's normally the lone receiver we see. Send a man in motion. They will pitch it to him. Promersberger wrapped up in the backfield. Good contain on the outside from the Lions. I believe I got to see a number on that one. Is that Schomburg in there? Skinny P. I believe it was. Great fill. Linebacker position. I think Stager was in there as well, but first negative play for Mayville I've seen.
Yeah, and Promersberger, we're not used to seeing him being bottled up, and he hasn't gotten a ton of carries tonight, but he has yet to bust one. He's a home run hitter waiting to happen, but it's gone so quick to just with Landon Baker that he really hasn't had to carry the ball that much.
They lost the balloon. Option play. Middlestat wrapped up. He'll pick up a couple more, make it third and a little bit more manageable. We had Campbell and Wagner in on the tackle there. We'll make it 3rd and 6.
Yeah, this is a chance here for Lomira to get off the field.
And it would be a fantastic start to this second half to get off the field right here, Jordan.
Yeah, try to get a little bit of momentum coming out of the halftime locker room and see if you can't start to turn this just a little bit.
You don't see many times this Mayville offense has a 3 and out. They send Schneider in motion. Middlestat drops back to pass. He'll roll. He'll run. There's a flag on the play. He's wrapped up and sacked.
Good pursuit that time from Lomira to probably get off the field here, I would imagine. Look kind of like a block in the back or a hold. See which one they go with. They're going to go with the hold. That'll be declined. And nice job here by Lomira, and see if they can't get some momentum. It's going to be a big offensive possession for them. First opportunity with the ball coming up here in just a second.
Dooley in on the tackle with the pursuit from the linebacker position. Makes it 4th and 8. They will send Schomburg back to receive. On to punt is Dom Schelke for the Cards, deep in his own territory.
Do have a 35-0 report from WLA over North Fond du Lac. So obviously, if Lomira is able to come back, and it would take a big second half here, obviously, but that's what WLA would need to get back into a potential share with the Cardinals of a conference title.
Punt takes a Lions bounce. It will start at the 36 of the Cardinals.
Could not have drawn up any better start to this second half. Force a 3 and out. Not the best punt in the world, and you get the ball at the plus 36.
And you look at it, the fact of Mayville only took just over 2 minutes off that clock, and offensively it was 2 minutes and 1 second. Now you're looking, if you're a Lions fan, you're like, all right, we got the stop. We didn't take much time off the clock. We got great field position. We got momentum here. Obviously, we're down 3 scores, but something's rolling.
It's amazing how little time comes off the clock on a 3 and out.
Unbelievable sometimes. Kell follows his blockers, cuts back up, cuts around one man. He'll pick up the first down. What a run from Keegan Kell. A couple cuts on the read option. He'll pick up about 13.
Big tackle by Brunecki on the far side, because I think he was the last one that was going to have a chance at Keegan Kell. And Mayville's made, to their credit, they've made that play all night long. In that, there's a couple of times now with Kell. Schomburg had one, Wagner had one, where they could have busted off much larger runs had the linebacking core, or in that case, Brunecki, one of the edge players, made that tough tackle about 10, 15 yards down the field.
They will give him 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Kell hands it to Elijah James. Cuts through a hole. He's wrapped up by the ankles of Colton Carpenter. Carpenter, again, said his name a fair amount today, as well as Kellen Schaefer on that defensive line for the Cards.
Yeah, kind of the unsung heroes when they when you're standing next to Owen Staker, it's hard to kind of stand out, but their play does the talking for them. And I just, in 3 or 4, I guess 4 games now that I've seen from Mayville this year, Kellen Schaefer is just so impressive. His ability to get penetration in the interior of that defensive line is unprecedented. Oh, what a catch.
What a catch from Dooley. It'll be an incomplete pass after it's popped out.
One-hander, he brought it down and then got popped, as you mentioned there, Justin, and you can't fault him for not coming down with that one after that. And once again, that time, Keegan Kell just running for his life as they were trying to set up the screen, so they let Owen Stager come unblocked. And Kell waited as long as he could before he was in danger of getting smushed and rolled over.
Lions with a long 3rd down from the 24 of the Cardinals. And if you're, at this point, it's 4-down territory. You're down 3 scores. Yes, there's 8.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, but you're not going to kick a field goal from here.
No, and the nice thing about that from a Lomira perspective is you have the whole playbook open to you here. You got to, pick up 5 or 6 yards. That's just fine here on 3rd down.
Kell cuts it back up the middle of the field. He'll pick up about 6, maybe 5 they'll give him, make it 4th and 3. And if they snapped it a half a second earlier, they would have had Mayville offsides.
Yeah, that I think once again was Stager there. That was just, he's so quick off the ball, and sometimes he doesn't need to jump the snap count, but he's just got that knack of being able to time that up so well. But he does a nice job that when he does flinch, he doesn't jump all the way across. But that's what we were talking about there before that play. Big to just get 5 yards, 5-6 yards there and bring up a 4th down and short. You give yourself so many more options here on this 4th down play call.
2 receivers to the right. 1 receiver is Cole to the left. Wagner the up back. They'll drop back the pass. He's got Wagner out of the backfield. He'll pick up the 1st. He'll get inside the 10, knock him out at the 9. 1st and goal, Lions.
Great play call, and once again, able to sneak Colton Wagner through all of the junk there, kind of in that linebacking core, and comes out scot-free on the other side, wide open, found by Keegan Kell. Really nice play call, good execution from Lomira, and they got it 1st and goal.
They'll give him 1st and goal from the 10. Baker knocked him out of bounds, and you kind of saw it. They've ran that play a couple times, looking for him out of the backfield. They try to find ways to get him the football with a little bit of space. He's a very tough guy to bring down, obviously. Wrestler, very strong kid.
Yeah, correct.
They will hand to James. He'll bounce it back. He'll come through a couple tackles inside the 5. They mark him down at the 2.5-yard line. That extra little jump had him with an elbow down. It'll be 2nd and goal from deep.
Nice
Cardinals territory.
Nice job there by Stager, and then I think it was Promersberger in the secondary there too. I mean, Stager didn't give up on that play. You give him a lot of credit. A lot of defensive linemen see the ball go past them, and when it's down here in the goal line, they just give up. He was able to pursue and get the tackle.
7 minutes to go in the 3rd. Empty set for Keegan Kell. Low snap. Quarterback draw. Powers his way forward and not going to get through. Stager and Baker on the defensive line from Mayville.
Good pursuit by, you mentioned it there, 2 or 3 different names able to pursue Keegan Kell there. Pickup of, maybe a half yard. No, they're going to give it all the way down to the 2-yard line. So 2 opportunities here to get 2 yards. Lomira's got to find a way, whatever that play call is, they got to find a way here to put 7 on the board.
And I feel this. If you're running a quarterback draw against Mayville, you can't. 5-on-5 is not going to work. Your best on best, it's not going to work. You're going to have somebody extra in that backfield to be able to get some push. James in the backfield with Kell. Read option. Kell tries to follow his blockers. He's chased down by Stager. Originally tripped up by Landon Baker. It'll be 4th and goal. He got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Those same 2, once again, you called it 2 plays in a row here. Baker, Stager, 2 of the best players in this conference. Making plays here down near the goal line.
They'll give him a yard. It's 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. Lions got stuffed in just about this territory against WLA last week. They ran a bubble screen to Hunter Schomburg. Did not work. 5.5 to go in the third. We'll see what they go with here.
Yeah, I think you got to get something going north-south quicker than a bubble screen, but they're going to clear it out here. See if they run behind Wagner.
Wagner comes in motion. Kell, he'll run the quarterback draw. Powers forward. He's got nowhere to go. He's wrapped up and thrown backwards. The Cards get the stop on the 1-yard line.
And look at what that one means to the defensive staff on the sideline from Mayville. They are hyped up. What a stand down there at the goal line.
Schaefer, as well as Teeters and Stager on that defensive line. Can't forget Carpenter, get it done. And Mayville will get the ball on their own 2. And still not out of it, obviously in safety territory, but have not seen many negative plays from the Cards today.
No, and I mean, here's a chance for Landon Baker wants to take 198 yards. Here you go.
To get him over 200 yards probably officially now.
Well, yeah, 98 would have him over 250, wouldn't it?
Yep. Is that 189?
Unbelievable.
They will hand to Baker. He'll power his way forward. Breaks 1 tackle. Will pick up 6, and they're out of the shadow of their own end zone.
Yeah, just a little breathing space here. Now you can maybe, if you want to get some of that horizontal stuff, I'm sure Coach Hilber is going to try to keep that north-south stuff going until he gets it out, closer to maybe his own 20-yard line. But at least now you're out of the goal. If you're going to run some of that horizontal misdirection stuff, you're not running that near your goal line, which is a big win for Mayville.
It'll be 2nd and 4. From the 8-yard line, they'll give them 5. Say about 4.5. Man in motion. They will hand up the middle. Actually, they keep it with Middlestad, and he's wrapped up in the backfield.
I'm curious if that was a broken play. We don't see very many miscommunications or broken plays, quote unquote, for Mayville, but that something about that one didn't quite look right. With Middlestat, looked like he was expecting someone to be there that wasn't.
A whole lot of Lions wrapped him up in the backfield. They had instant pressure and a great job once again to make it 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, and this is the downs that are tougher for Mayville, the longer distances. It makes them sometimes have to throw the football. Not that they really have to. They get enough push to be able to get a run. They will hand to Baker. Actually, no, it's kept by Middlestad. He goes around the outside, breaks 1 tackle, pushes forward, falls to the ground. He's at the first down marker. He just pulled it out of Baker's chest at the last second. He's going to pick up the first down.
That is such a good play by Emerson Middlestat. You said it. I mean, at the last possible second. I mean, I was with you. I thought Baker was cut down behind the line of scrimmage. There comes Emerson Middlestat popping out of the pile with it. Good awareness by the couple of Lomira defenders that did recognize that. Otherwise, he might still be running.
Takes the original broken tackle and the stiff arm of Schomburg to be able to pick up that first down.
That's a big play. I mean, that would have been back-to-back 3-and-outs for Mayville to start this second half. Instead, now they get to run some more clock off here, and a couple of more first downs. They'll take this thing to the 4th quarter on this possession.
Man in motion, they give it to him. Schneider around the outside, stiff arm Schomburg, not going to work. Hunter Schomburg tracks him down for a loss of 2.
Great pursuit. And Lomira's done a much better job of just kind of stringing these runs out horizontally east and west, and that's why they've had a little bit more success here in the second half. It was those north-south Landon Baker runs that killed them. And you look at Keller, you look at Schneider, Promersberger, Middlestat. I mean, it's not the outside runs that have really hurt Lomira tonight. It's straight up the middle, which was the case last week against WLA as well.
And you would think for Lomira, in terms of their linebackers, that wouldn't be a problem, but it does happen. Option, pitch, goes to Promersberger. Got a lane to the outside. Spins through 1 tackle. Powers his way through Campbell. Picks up a hard-fought 8. It'll make it 3rd and 2.
Yeah, nice job there by Promersberger. Good decision once again by Emerson Middlestat. He doesn't make many bad ones. He's the perfect quarterback to be running what Coach Hilber wants out of this team this year, and I'm just very impressed with him. And he probably doesn't get the love from outside of the program that he deserves because he just doesn't throw the football that much, but he just does exactly what he's supposed to. Oh, that was, yeah, I was going to say 2 or 3 different lines were all the way across that time. That's an easy flag and another first down.
And for Mayville, for Middlestad, obviously he didn't really get to play last year. They had Clark at quarterback.
Yep.
And a very good quarterback. Another one of those guys you could say fit this system well. Maybe a little bit better with his legs than Emerson Middlestad. But he has done a fantastic job getting into this role, obviously just for one year.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I was kind of wondering what it would look like this year for Mayville at the quarterback spot. You know, a couple of years ago they had Addison Middlestat, and then you get Ryan Clark, and obviously just a great job this year from Emerson Middlestat.
Handoff goes to Baker, tries to bounce around. He'll pick up about 3.
But, I mean, that's the case. I mean, you could make that argument for just about every position. Tanner Schneider to Joran Schlender. You make the case from Landon Baker and Sawyer Hardesty. All of these player skill positions, these runners for Mayville, it was like, okay, well, who's going to replace Joran Schlender? He was so good for them. Who's going to replace Sawyer Hardesty? For 2 or 3 years, he was so good for them. And it's just they didn't miss a beat this year. And you got to credit the youth program, the JV program, the entire thing that Coach Hilber's got cooking down here results in what you see out there tonight.
Last play of the third quarter will go to Baker. He'll power forward and pick up 2 more to make it 3rd and 4. The clock shall tick, and 27-7 at the end of the third we will see here, Jordan.
Yeah, it's and Lomira had an opportunity there. I mean, you force a 3 and out on the first possession. You get the ball down to the 1 yard line. Three chances inside the 5. They are not able to punch it in. And then right after that, looked like you might have had Mayville stopped inside their own 5 on another 3 and out. Able to pick up the first down. They pick up another first down. You give them one on a penalty. And so it's just that third quarter, Lomira played right with them. From a Lomira perspective, the unfortunate part is you already let them build a 20-point lead, and it's uphill sledding here.
27-7, we head to the 4th. Cards lead at Ray Dunn, trying to keep the milk jug and win the flyweight conference outright. We'll be back after this.
So what do you say? Let's get started on your home improvement.
For 50 years and counting, Verhaeg's Furniture has been proudly serving Waupun the best furniture and mattresses at prices you can afford. And we're honored to be voted best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area. Stop in and check out our mattress selections. We have all kinds from traditional spring to memory foam. It is our mission to help you get a great night of sleep night after night. Visit us at 806 West Main Street, Waupun, and experience quality, comfort, and service you should trust. Visit our website at www.verhaegsfurniture.com. Verhaeg's Furniture, Marf. 50 years strong, quality you trust, and prices you'll love. Verhaeg Furniture.
Precision engineering. Rigorous attention to detail. A Bryant Evolution heating system is so well designed, it's as much of a joy to install as it is to use.
Good to go.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
Welcome back here on Radio Plus and Jeff's live streams from right on 3rd and short. They will hand to Baker, and it's been there all day up the middle. He'll pick up the first down, and pretty much I would say officially now, Landon Baker's over 200 yards.
Yeah, it's just and he's got the touchdowns to show for it tonight. He's had a couple of games over the course of this season where he's gone for 150, 160, 180 yards and only the 1 touchdown. He's got 4 tonight. Just a real statement from him here on senior night.
Just make I would say, in my opinion, I feel maybe this makes that player of the year count just a little bit closer.
It sure does. Yeah, I think like I said pregame, I think it's in my opinion, I think it's down to those 2 players. The offensive player of the year position, Gannon Schwartz from WLA, the quarterback, running back, do it all, whatever you want to call him, athlete. and then Landon Baker. And I mean, I think you can make a strong case that Baker's going to be a unanimous first teamer running back. I think you can make a strong case he could also be a first team linebacker as well. I know this is a conference that has a lot of really good linebackers. Blake Heltemez from Campbellsport, Flynn O'Leary from Laconia leads the conference in tackles. So you don't guarantee anything, as Keller picks up a few here on the second down carry. But yeah, this is going to be fascinating, and we're never we're not going to be able to be in there when coaches vote, but be interesting if it would be interesting to get into the mind of Coach Brian Gregory. He's seen these two the past 2 weeks on where he would lean on that, right? Like he's gotten a front row seat to two of the best to do it this year in the flyway.
3rd and 3 from their own 48. Cuts back up in the middle of the field. Baker will pick up the first down. He dropped the ball. They're going to say he's down.
Yeah, I think that was pretty clear. He was on the floor.
He'll pick up another first down, and clock just draining. This has been over a 6-minute drive for Mayville. They got the ball back with just about 4 minutes left in that third quarter, and it is just ticking away.
Yeah, and that followed about a 6-minute drive from Lomira as well that they weren't able to put any points on the board at the end of. So it just magnifies in these big games. Those 4th down conversions are magnified. It was big time last week against WLA, and obviously proven to be a big point here tonight against Mayville as well.
They'll go to Baker. He's got a hole at the middle of the field, running through a man. He powers forward and picks up about 18, and he's fun to watch today.
NFL Network angry runs right there. That's how he runs.
He just drugged Jamie Duran about 6 extra yards, the cornerback for the Lions.
Yeah, he's gonna flirt with 250 tonight, I think.
He's got to be close to flirting with it already. I feel he's gotten the ball.
Yeah, I mean, that one was another, 15?
16?
Yeah, it's just a machine.
Robertsberger goes in motion. They will keep with Middlestad. He powers forward. He'll pick up the first down. Emerson Middlestad having a good game on the ground.
But there you go again. That's, you think with a quarterback run it's going to be out wide. It hasn't been tonight. When Middlestad's picked up the big yardage, it's come kind of north-south. It's just he almost follows either, if he's going to try to hand to Baker in the A gap or the B gap or whatever, he's just going to pick the next one over. And, he's reading it perfectly. That's why he's got the rushing yardage that he has. He's got to be close to 70 yards on the game as well now.
I'll give you my NCAA Football 26. The quarterback lead option is what we call that.
All right.
Out of the Air Force Falcons playbook, which runs the wing team, baby.
At home, they have no idea how many times Air Force gets mentioned in this broadcast booth.
Keller gets a run on the sweep to the outside. He'll pick up about 4 more and make it 2nd and 6. And Mayville just a methodical drive when they want it at the right time. It is so fun to watch a team be able to drag a drive on like this, Jordan.
Yeah, it is. This is as exciting. I love this kind of football. I mean, to me, this is as exciting and as impressive, perhaps, as the big plays. It's just you can just see when WLA last. I mean, they had a couple of double-digit play drives in that second half where they were just imposing their will. It just you can just see the defense deflate, having to try to make the stop again and again and again, and then a first down and again, and it's so difficult.
Wagner will make the stop once again. If he doesn't have double digits tackles already, he probably got it there. He's been in on every play defensively for the Lions today. And I wouldn't say, the way the game started, you would say for the Lions, you thought you did a great job defensively. You got a couple stops. I mean, Mayville they own that defensive line and offensive line, and you've seen it again and again, and you see it again today.
Yeah, and that's usually when everything's all said and done in the Flyway Conference, and you're talking about conference champions, that's usually what it comes down to. And Middlestad, I think he wanted to pitch that at the last second to Schneider and almost lost control of it. And, hey, maybe see a Mills in the field goal attempt here.
All right. How about that? Kickers are people too.
That's right, and he's an excellent kicker.
Got a couple really good kickers in the flyway. Van Beek, one of them from Laconia.
He hit a 52-yarder earlier this year.
I got to do my math here, Jordan.
29?
29, yes.
By the way, I was watching Ethan Van Beek. He hit the 52-yarder against WLA. I was watching him in warm-ups of that game. He hit one from 59 yards with a little breeze behind him, I will admit, but still.
Kick is no good. Off the toe and wide right. 27-7 with 6 to go. We'll take a quick one. We'll be back after this.
Doing whatever it takes.
Angling only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
Dedication, training, giving 100%. Back in Action proudly supports high school athletes on and off the field.
Welcome back to Ray Dunn. Lions get the ball back. They will hand off to Schaumburg up the middle. Schaumburg will pick up 7 and make it 2nd and 3.
Dooley, unfortunately, there from a Lomira perspective, Dooley had no one to block. I mean, he was the first guy through the hole. He came busting through there, and he was looking for someone to hit, and wasn't anyone to seal off. And Schaumburg able to pick up 7 or 6, I suppose.
5.5 to go in this one. Mayville with that methodical, just around 8-minute drive to kill what would be any hopes for the Lions on that last drive. Kell keeps on the read option, follows his blockers, cuts back up the middle of the field, picks up the first down, and a gain of 5. Read option with the lead option, I like to call it a little bit. You get somebody out in front of Keegan Kell. He's done a great job in being able to follow his blockers. I say that for all the running backs we've seen today, Jordan. They're very patient.
And you have to be, and that's where sometimes a younger team, a team that's maybe a little bit more inexperienced. Now, for Lomira, you really can't play. I mean, I'm not going to use the inexperienced card. No team can really use that at this point in the season because you're in week 9, right? This team has played together for 9 varsity football games, but the patience thing takes time to come.
Kell throws to Stagger. He'll make the catch. Tries to get around 1. He lost the ball. It went out of bounds. Fumbled it out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 4. It'll make it 2nd and 6.
That was a really nice catch by Stagger out there on the edge, and an equally nice tackle made by Schneider.
Tanner Schneider did a great job setting the edge tonight for Mayville defensively.
Yeah, that's about the 3rd time we've seen him get out there on the edge.
Paxton Decker check in for the Cards defensively. At the linebacker position, taking out Baker. I think probably done for the day is Landon Baker.
Yeah, he's done his job.
He as they say, I had my guy. Handoff goes up the middle. Schaumburg wrapped up in the backfield, and who else other than Kellen Schaefer?
Yeah, and Schaumburg had a nice juke move there in the backfield to shake Schaefer, Tanner Schneider back there. As you mentioned, Schaefer made the tackle. But Tanner Schneider was back there in the backfield, and it was a great move by Schaumburg just to get past him and make it a loss of 1 as opposed to about a loss of 3.
4 minutes to go in this one from Radon. Mayville trying to become the outright flyweight conference champions after they won a share last year. Kell drops back the pass. He'll throw into the hands of his receiver. Down the sideline goes Stagger. Stagger gets wrapped up from behind by Schneider once again. But another big play to Stagger.
Yeah, it's the second really big play they've had in the screen game tonight for Lomira. And all these things are things that I'm sure this coaching staff is going to file away for a potential Division VI postseason run.
3:44 to go in this one. Clock is ticking And ticking, tick away. Cards, obviously, you know them and their mindset. They don't want to give up another score.
No.
They are content with, they want this one to end the way it is. And Lomira opening things up offensively a little bit.
Yeah, they got a ton of pride in what they do defensively, and they want to keep this as tight as they can.
Kell looking for Charlie Cole off the hands and out of bounds. There's a flag on the play. Zitlow going to get knocked for pass interference.
Yeah, this is thrown well behind the play, so I'm wondering if he was holding him before that, because at the point of the catch, they're going to call
offensive.
I was curious about that, because at the point of the catch, it didn't look like there was any contact, but
going to call offensive pass interference on Charlie Cole.
Interesting.
Push off. So that ball will come back and is 10 yards, right? 10 yards in high school?
Should be
10. No. He pointed. He pointed towards Mayville. And I guess it's a penalty. Or pointed towards Lomira. It's a penalty on Mayville. So
interesting.
We'll give it to Zitlow on a pass interference with 3:16 to go in the game.
Yeah, I won't argue. I got to be honest. I thought it was a pretty well played in the secondary, but we are a long way away from the.
That's about the furthest point we could be away from a play.
Correct. That's correct.
It'll be from the 15-yard line. The snap will be kept by Kell on the option, and he's met by Keller in the backfield and wrapped up and thrown down. Stagger in there once again as well, as Carpenter flocks to the football as well. That's one thing you can say for Mayville. They are absolutely outstanding is getting 3-4 guys to the football at all times.
That's what makes them so good. It's really a microcosm of what they do well on both sides of the football. I mean, the offensive line works together so well as a single unit, and that's why they run the ball so effectively. Defensively, they flock to the ball. They are hungry as a defensive unit. That's what makes them so difficult to drive the football against.
2:25 to go. Pass to Schaumburg. Almost picked off by Carpenter. He breaks the tackle of him. Runs over a man. Falls forward. Just about the first down marker. We'll see where they mark it.
Wow, that was an impressive run from Schaumburg. But, man, that was about an inch and a half away from Colton Carpenter either knocking that away or having himself a dreamlike scenario with no one between him and the end zone.
We could have seen a big fella touchdown.
It would have been interesting to see if he had the steam to get there. Would have had to gone about 80 yards.
3rd and 1 from the 6-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left is Cole, the lone receiver. Snapping the handoff goes to Schaumburg. Powers his way forward. Ball's in. Touchdown, Hunter Schaumburg. His second of the day.
Yeah, and 3rd touchdown in the last 2 weeks. He's got them all for Lomira.
And that's a 6-yard touchdown from Hunter Schaumburg. Makes it 27-13. Aiden Stuffel will come on to kick the extra point.
Yeah, now that 4th down stop down near the goal line is just magnified that much more in that 3rd quarter. If Lomira could have punched that in, you just kind of wonder. And again, you go back to the WLA game, 14-7 was the win for Mayville, and an ugly game, 4 touchdowns or 4 turnovers for WLA, 3 for Mayville in that game. But that also came down to a goal line stand. WLA had the ball down inside the 3-yard line, 1st and goal. They came away with 0 points. And so, I mean, if WLA scores that, we could be talking about a different conference champion this year. But that's Mayville has made all of those big plays against the best teams in the conference.
27-14, 1:38 to go in this one. Onside kick coming up after this.
From physical and occupational therapy, pre- and post-orthopedic surgery, to work and sports injuries, the staff at Back in Action is trained and dedicated to you and your recovery. Your personal care plan starts with a visit to Back in Action in Fond du Lac, Kewaskum, Mayville, and New Holstein. Back in Action, getting you back in the game. BackinActionRehab.com.
Welcome back to Ray Dunn. And we'll see Stuffel most likely kick an onside kick here. The hands team on for the Cards.
By the way, as long as we're talking about conference championships, this would be 4 in 5 years for Mayville, going back to 2021 when it was a 3-way split between Campbellsport Springs and Mayville. Then Mayville won it outright in 2022. Took the year off in 23. That's when Springs won it outright. And last year we told you a three-way tie between Springs, Lomira, and Mayville, and looking like an outright win this year.
Outside kick with a high bounce. Decker gets to it, falls to the ground. Battle for it ensues. We'll see which way they point. Wagner laying in there for the Lions. A nice onside kick from Stoffel. Decker couldn't hold on to it. It bounced over the head of Weston Teeters, and it's Lomira ball.
I apologize. I thought that was right in the corner of the screen. It just crept off the screen. That was a great play. Oh, now they're pointing Mayville football.
Now they're pointing Mayville football.
Well, Lomira came out. Mayville sent their defense out onto the field.
And it's Mayville football.
well, this is interesting because Mayville had already sent their.
Nope, they'll say Mayville football.
Oh, interesting. Mayville had their defense all the way out onto the field and then switched it over. Interesting.
27-17. Cards just.
That's exactly how you. Sorry, Justin. That's exactly how you draw it up, though. You kick that high one, and it was number 25 Paxton Decker, as you mentioned, and he got clobbered. But that's exactly how you teach it. You just, if you're in that front row for Lomira, you go hit somebody and then find the ball at the bottom of the pile. Unfortunately, from a Lomira perspective, weren't able to do that.
Perfect second bounce.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'll go to Baker. He'll power forward and pick up 8. 2 arms on the ball the whole way for Landon Baker.
Yeah. What else would you expect from the team leader that does everything right?
And this first down, and Lomira not going to burn any timeouts, so they will have to snap it, I think, twice. Correct? It should be twice or 3 times. There's 1:09 to go. So pick up the first down, a couple more snaps, and that'll do it. Middlestat and Baker. What a day for both of them on the ground. Middlestat waits for that back arm of the official to move. Gets his line set. They snap and hand to Baker. Baker powers forward. He'll pick up the first down. And that should wrap it up from Ray Dunn. I think he'll have one more snap with 42 seconds to go.
Yeah, I would think this. You snap it, tell Middlestat, wait 3 seconds, get down on a knee, and take this one to the locker room. Undefeated regular season for Mayville. My goodness, these Cardinals have been impressive this season.
And after this win out of a quality team in Division 6, pretty much ensues them a 1 seed.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this: they will get, and this is the unfortunate part of the matrix. They will get dinged a little bit that Lomira is a Division 6 school.
Yep.
Like that or not, that's how this works out. And Lomira on the other side is going to get extra credit here because they're playing up in Division 5. So that's the tough part about this. WLA kind of saw the problem with that last week is they didn't get quite as many points as they would have had they beaten a Division 5 team, despite the fact that Lomira was ranked. So there are flaws into the matrix as well. But, I think Mayville probably goes into tomorrow thinking pretty strongly that they're going to be on that top line.
All right, we're going to step aside. We'll come back with interviews after this on Radio Plus, Video Sports, and Jeff's live stream.
At Bernhard Plumbing, true craftsmen are who we are. Providing customer satisfaction is what we do.
For new construction or remodeling projects, we cover the full spectrum of plumbing design, installation, and code compliance. Bernhard Plumbing does it right down to the smallest detail.
Our experience with Bernhard Plumbing has been absolutely fabulous. They are reliable, dependable, trustworthy, and professional.
Since 1954, a legacy of service, quality, and customer satisfaction.
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time. They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
Brock Fleischer here with Homestead Realty. I know that buying and selling a home can be stressful. I'm here to help. Are you ready to sell? I have buyers waiting for a home just like yours. Are you looking to buy? I can sell any home that's on the market, and I'm here to get you pre-approved to purchase, along with finding the best loan and lender for your situation. I'll even go as far as arranging movers. For an easier real estate transaction, give me a call. Brock Fleischer, 920-960-0555.
Coal Oil and Propane is committed to establishing and upholding lasting relationships with our respected customers. We pledge to provide exceptional and reliable service, exceeding your expectations, and are dedicated to continuous improvement, embracing and driving change to better serve you. Whether you need service for residential, commercial, or agricultural, Coal Oil and Propane has you covered. Our goals are simple: great products, competitive pricing, and reliable service. Contact Coal Oil and Propane for all your fuel and lubricant needs. Trust Coal Oil and Propane.
The brand new branch of Ergo Bank in Lomira is now open. See them today at 250 North Main Street. Plus, lock in a limited time 6-month CD at an incredible 4.70% APY with a minimum deposit of just $5,000. But hurry, this offer is only available at the Lomira branch through September 30th. Visit ergobank.com or call 920-392-5005 to learn more. Ergo Bank, better banking by design. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Early withdrawal penalties may apply. New money only.
All Phase HVAC sales and service is the go-to for heating, cooling, and geothermal needs. Whether it's sweltering summer days or chilly winter nights, they've got the perfect solution. Their team is dedicated to keeping homes comfortable year-round with top-notch installations and reliable repairs. Plus, they offer energy-efficient options that save money while keeping homes cozy. Trust All Phase for all HVAC needs and enjoy a comfortable home no matter the season. Call All Phase HVAC today.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes.
We are Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, and we have been leading a greenhouse here in Fox Lake since 1981. Family owned and operated, we provide beautiful flower baskets and fruit and vegetables to residents of South Central Wisconsin. We know the importance of having a variety of flowers, fruits, and vegetables available to our customers throughout the year. Discover the finest selection of locally grown produce, including sweet corn, tomatoes, and cucumbers, along with a variety of fresh fruits. At Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we believe in providing our customers with the freshest and highest quality produce. Come visit us and taste the difference.
Rediscover the hometown lumberyard experience in your own backyard. Hi, this is Dave, third generation of the family-owned and operated Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lomira. I welcome you to experience what the hometown lumberyard has to offer. Better products, better advice, better service. From one old rig to all the building materials to build a house, we had the products to get the job done. Hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, lawn and garden, automotive, bird, and so much more. Come experience what your hometown lumberyard has to offer. Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lomira, where the tracks cross Main, or online at lidkelumber.com.
Gather the gang for a meal at Leroy Meats, Horicon, Ripon, and Fox Lake. Perfect tailgating treats include the freshest cuts of beef, chicken, and pork, along with award-winning sausages and cheese. Remember to stop at the Fox Lake location, now bigger and better than ever, to meet your needs. Leroy Meats also provides venison processing. For precise cuts and the tastiest products, hunters know to go to Leroy Meats. Find this week's lunch menu, coupons, and hours at LeroyMeats.com. Nobody beats Leroy Meats.
Back here at Ray Dunn Field, post-game show here. Mayville gets the win over Lomira. Here with Coach Hilber and Coach undefeated conference champs. What did it take from this group this year?
This was done in the offseason and your preparation for the season. Just really pleased with these guys, our senior group. They really represented. They're great leaders for these kids, both in their work ethic and just how they lead the kids every single day. And that's not easy to do in the flyweight conference, to go undefeated. I mean, it doesn't happen very often, but we're pretty proud. Today, we had some adversity today. That second half wasn't pretty, and I'm very grateful to Lomira that we got some bad film to go into playoffs with.
Offensively, we talk about it all the time. The key to this wing T is the fakes and all of that stuff. But your guys up front have done a tremendous job all year making lanes for these guys. And then Emerson has read it well all season long as well.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta, they can't. It's really hard to cover the whole field, and you could tell that they were just really bringing the pressure on the outside after we hit a couple pitch plays early. So then we kind of came back to running on the inside, and when they key on him, then you got the option, thing with Emerson, who does read it really well, and so we hit all the avenues. We just hit whatever one, that kind of makes it available to us, and unfortunately, we didn't finish more of the drives, but I'm really pleased with how the kids played.
Last one for you. You mentioned adversity in the second half, but how big was that stop down there? I think they had 3 shots inside the 5, and you guys stood up similar to that WLA stand that you guys had against them.
Yeah, I mean those are lessons in toughness, and every time you do that, then you believe you can do it the next time. And if you're going to go undefeated in the conference championship, you got to be able to do things like that, which was showed. I mean, it was huge for us to get against WLA, huge today. If they get that touchdown, who knows what kind of momentum they got, and then we're on skids potentially. So, yeah, kudos to our kids for being tough and bearing down.
Coach, 4 conference championships in 5 years, pretty good.
Yeah, I'm really pleased for the kids and their buy-in and everything that they've given my coaching staff and myself. You can only lead horses to water. These horses drink. So I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you. All right, Landon, 248 on the ground tonight, 4 touchdowns. 87 yard runs tonight. What can you say about the guys up front that do it for you?
It's great running behind them. I mean, it's every other play. I mean, eventually you're gonna have a play where it's 2 yards, but every play I'm untouched for 8 yards, and it's behind that. And then all of our other backs are succeeding off that too. It's just a great group of guys, and they've been working all summer. It shows.
There's been a lot of games, where you end up with 80 yards, and it's Joe with 120 yards tonight. It was that north-south running that kind of get going early, and that had the success. Coach talked about it there, but being so multiple and having so many different options out of the backfield makes you guys really dangerous, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's because teams can't just key on one player because we have multiple backs, and then we have me, Joe, and Tanner, but then we also have Devin, and we have Kevin Keller, who can come on out of the sidelines, and they can run for 10, 20 yards every time if they wanted to, too. It's just we have so many options, and then we also have Emerson, who you can run that option play with, and he reads it great, like Coach said. It makes us really hard to stop, and there's so many things for people to key on.
Getting to run behind that line is one thing. How about getting to play linebacker behind these guys on the other side of the football?
We struggle sometimes as a group, but other than today, it's great playing behind them. You're untouched, shoot through the gaps, make plays untouched, and it makes my job so much easier.
Conference champs, 2 in a row for you. Sounds pretty good, huh?
Oh yeah, love it.
Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, Colton, bring you in here. Over the course of this season, I knew you were dinged up early in the conference season, but back to full health. Just talk about being part of this unit up front that's had a lot of success this year on both sides of the ball, right?
Yes, sir. It's wonderful. I mean, we have a great team. I love the guys I'm next to. We all just do our job and get it done.
Talk about the mindset, right? I think offensive line, defensive line, that's kind of a grit position, right? And an intensity position. What's your guys' identity as you see it?
To go hard and do our job, We do our job, and the guys behind us, whether they're running backs or linebackers, then they can do theirs.
When you're part of this program, what's the wing tee and running the football. How awesome is that as an offensive lineman to come in here and know that if you do your job, it's going to look pretty good for that wing tee offense?
It's just wonderful. I mean, I play guard. I love pulling, just being able to move around.
Last one for you. Conference champs. Coach said it's hard to go undefeated in this league. What does it say about this team that you guys were able to pull it off?
We go hard, do what we can to get it done. I mean, like you said, it's a very difficult conference. We've had a lot of difficult games, no matter what the scoreboard says, especially in the trenches. But we just do what we can. Don't really worry about the score till the game's over.
Congrats on the win. Best of luck in the postseason.
Thank you, sir.
All right, there you go. Appreciate a few minutes from both Coach Hilber and both of these guys, Landon Baker and Colton Carpenter. They had big nights tonight. Landon Baker 2 yards shy of being 250, going for 250 here tonight. So we're going to send it up to Justin, finish out the postgame show right after this.
Serving Waupun the best furniture and mattresses at prices you can afford. And we're honored to be voted best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area. Stop in and check out our mattress selections. We have all kinds from traditional spring to memory foam. It is our mission to help get a great night of sleep night after night. Visit us at 806 West Main Street, Waupun, and experience quality, comfort, and service you should trust. Visit our website at www.burhagsfurniture.com. Burhags Furniture, Marf. 50 years strong, quality you trust, and prices you'll love. Burhag Furniture.
They're a full-service ag and lawn and garden center, too. Pickup and delivery are available. Schroffnagel Implement of Lomira. Check out their brand new up-to-date website at schroffnagel.com. That's schroffnagel.com. Go Lions from your number one team at Schroffnagel Implement, Lomira.
You take steps to keep yourself in top performance. When was the last time you did the same for your home's air system? Annual maintenance from the experts at Surefire helps to extend the life of your system. Proper maintenance can be the difference of years for your home's air system and major savings in energy costs when it's running at its best. Keeping your home's air system at its best will help you stay at your best for what's really important. Trust your home with Surefire. Surefire, keeping what's important comfortable since 1947.
Let me get you in this used car. There's a bunch of...
Yeah, that's what it feels like at most used car dealerships. Pushy sales tactics, pressure, and no peace of mind. At Schaefer Auto, we don't play that game. Every car's inspected by certified mechanics, and we got over 100 budget-friendly vehicles ready for you. Here, you actually get the space and support to choose the car that fits you.
Schaefer Auto, no tackles, no pressure, just the right car for you.
Ready to update your flooring? Luxury Vinyl plank the beautiful look of hardwood with the resilience and low maintenance of vinyl, laminate flooring that combines elegance and practicality, or transform your home with the warmth and comfort of carpet. Check out our premium hardwood flooring. Consider tile for both indoor and outdoor spaces, offering water resistance and easy maintenance. The team at Werner Harmsen is here to help. Whether you're looking for design advice, product information, or support with your project, we're just a message away. Werner Harmsen, 116 East Main, or call at 920-324-5091 or check them out on social media. Looking for a reliable roofing contractor? Witt Services has got you covered. With 5 years of experience, they specialize in everything from roof repairs to full replacements. Their team is dedicated to quality workmanship and customer satisfaction. Plus, they offer free estimates, so you know exactly what to expect. Whether it's a leaky roof or a complete overhaul, Witt Services is the go-to choice for all roofing needs. Don't wait. Reach out today.
Precision Engineering.
Welcome back on the postgame show on Radio Plus, Video Sports, and Jeff's live streams. Jordan, 27-17 win, or 27, wow, I did it again, 27-14 win for Mayville. They get the outright conference championship, but a dominant first half. You heard Coach Hilber say he's got some bad film for the second half. What does that tell you about a guy like that, just an outlook on his team?
Yeah, it's I love it. I mean, that's, and you know, there's a standard, and give him some credit. I give them a lot of credit. That's just how they do things, and they haven't put a lot of bad stuff on film this year. And you look at the Springs game, just perfect, just about. And again, I mean, there was some ugly stuff in that WLA game in terms of taking care of the football, but really execution wise, they've been so good over the course of the season, and yeah, just a little bit loose maybe there in the second half. It would maybe be the word that I would use, I guess, but yeah, not he'll take this, right? And he said that. He wasn't complaining by any means, but yeah, it was what a game for them, what a season for them. He's absolutely right. To go undefeated in this conference, it was going to take something, and they were able to do it.
Playoffs just around the corner, Jordan. Obviously, both these teams are playoff teams, and for Lomira, I mean the second half of that game should give you some momentum going into the playoffs. Yes, you're kind of teetering on the edge of getting a home game right now, but they could be an extremely dangerous 5 seed if they are a 5 seed.
Correct, because you're going to be across from a 1 seed then. So if you're able to go on the road in the first round and upset a 4 seed, which those games are coin flips anyways. I would not want to be the 1 seed next to Lomira, and there are some really good ones in Division 6. The top 4, 5, 6 teams in Division 6 are very, very good, as you would expect in any division. But Lomira has been ranked more than half of this season for a reason. It's because the coaches around this state believe that Lomira is still a dangerous team in that division. I would happen to agree with them. So yeah, if they wake up tomorrow morning and get the 5 seed, I would not want to be the 1 seed in that particular sectional.
I'm guessing tomorrow for you, for the flyweight focus stuff, you're going to have a little bit later just to get the seating out?
Yeah, I'll do a sports report tomorrow morning right away, and then I'll either hop on a live stream or do a video a little bit later on to kind of break it down. I mean, it's going to be Springs, it's going to be Mayville, it's going to be WLA, going to be Lomira. Does a fifth team get in there? That's going to be one of the things I'm watching. I'm curious if Mayville secured a 1 seed with their undefeated season. I don't know how you can take a team that plays in a tough conference like the Flyway and not reward them with a 1 seed. That's one thing I'm watching. I'm interested. WLA snuck into the rankings this week, kind of, by sneak, I mean sneak. I didn't even notice it till today that WLA had gotten into the Division 5 rankings. They were number 10 this week. So WLA, look, they're playing as good a football as anyone. 42-0. They beat North Fond du Lac tonight. They have not lost since the Mayville game in week 3. And so WLA is a team that I think they could be all the way up to a 2 seed depending on results tonight. I think it's more likely that they're a 3 seed. But they could also, fall down to the 4 seed line. And then Springs, they should be either a 3 or 4 seed tomorrow. So those are some of the things that I'm watching from the Flyway teams in particular.
Speaking of Flyway volleyball coming up next week, and we got some great volleyball teams in the Flyway, whether it's Mayville, Campbell Sport, WLA is a good team. Laconia, watch out for these teams come playoff, and pretty much all of them aren't playing till Thursday.
Yeah, correct. It's WLA and Springs both got to play in that opening match. Obviously, WLA is going to be a tough one. If they do win that, they'll have to go to Lake Country or Living Word Lutheran, and then Mayville is the 4 seed right across from Living Word Lutheran. I was a little surprised that I think they were a little underseeded, getting dropped to 4 behind Oostburg. But hey, Coach Caps won't care. He'll just say, hey, we got to go beat them anyway. And yeah, I think Laconia is playing their best volleyball right now. And they played Living Word Lutheran earlier this year in a tournament. They went to 3 sets, lost 2-1. I think Laconia will take their best shot against Living Word Lutheran. And then once you get to a sectional final, whoever you got to play, whether it's Luther Prep or Lake Country Lutheran, a lot of good teams in that sectional. But the Flyway has got some great volleyball.
On Jeff's live streams next Wednesday, we'll have our football players showcase we got going on. I believe Mayville will be there. The Lomira, we're still working out the kinks with Lomira. I talked to Coach Gregory about that this morning, and they're kind of conflicting with the practice schedule, so it'll be a little bit difficult. But tomorrow, big one on Radio Plus and Jeff's live streams. Level 1 of the 8-man playoffs. Oakfield takes on Williams Bay again this year. They put it to Williams Bay earlier in the season, and this Oakfield team gets a 1 seed in 8-man. And I tell you what, I would love to be able to be a quarterback and throw the ball to anybody who's 6'8" and 6'4" on the outside. Well, Oakfield's got 2 guys that are super athletes that can do that.
Yeah, and a lot of people have them as the top team in 8-man in the state, and I think for a good reason. I mean, this is a team that has just it's just tradition now for Oakfield. And I know this is a really special group that's going through there, and they get their campaign started coming up tomorrow. Look out for the Oaks, because don't just call them the Mighty Oaks. This year they are.
And I want to thank Jordan once again for joining us. Dom coming all the way down today to help us out on the portable cam. The first time Dom's ever done a portable. He's a producer with us. And most of the time, our producers, we don't really run a lot of cameras very often. So we did a fantastic job. From tonight, it was a fantastic overall production, a great game. Once again, we always kind of expect it, Jordan, in this milk jug rivalry that it's really never going to be a full-blown blowout. At some point, it's going to be a close game throughout the game.
Yeah, and I think you got that feeling from Coach Hilber that despite what the scoreboard might say at the end of this one, he felt that it was closer than even 13 points. I think he felt like that was more of a one possession game. So yeah, I mean, kudos to Lomira. That second half that they put out was a gritty effort.
I want to thank Jordan for joining us. This is Justin Schwartzmiller, Jordan King, Dom Ackerman signing off from Ray Dunn. We'll be back on here tomorrow at about 12:30 for some football as the Oaks take on Williams Bay. Thank you, everybody, and good night.
Radio Plus Sports and Jeff's live streams would like to thank our sponsors.
Hoekstra's Greenhouse, Katie's Log Cabin, Generations Lanes, and Angling Only. PT Tire and Service.
Pino Construction, Verhaeg's Furniture, Schaefer Auto.
AirTech, Toll Oil and Propane. Lift Services, Pioneer Keg.
Lidkey Lumber, Hoffs of Brownsville, Municipal Well and Pump.
All Phase Heating, Cooling Geo. Back in Action. Rock Fleischer, Homestead Realty.
Ergo Bank Lomira. Maxwell Plumbing, Metalcraft of Mayville.
Michaels Corporation, West Interiors, Schroffnagel Implement, Skyline Roofing.
Surefire Heating and Cooling, Westfall Printing and Graphics, Bristol Morgan Bank, Marshview Veterinary Clinic, Leroy Meats, Mayville Savings Bank, Bernard Plumbing, Keller Buildings.
Thank you.